Hey, everyone. I've got a new headset and mic, so please give me a minute or two and let me know how the sound is, because unless you tell me, I won't know if it's working better than the other headset and if it's nice and clear, if it's broke up. So please let me know. I know we're about 20 seconds, 30 seconds behind in chat, but I'll go ahead and say hi and you guys can let me know. Sounds great. It's all clear, not like it's all staticky and bad like it was with that. Oh, hallelujah. Okay, let's get into the intro. And the kids are already at the door. I haven't even been on live for 5 seconds. Love them to death. Probably be nice if I share screen, huh? Home in the darkness, home on the highway, home isn't my way, home I'll never be. Burn out the day, burn out the night. Can't see no reason to put up a fight. I'm living for giving the devil his due. I'm burning for you. I'm burning for you. Time is the essence. Time is a season. Time ain't no reason. Got no time to show. Time everlasting. Time to play these sides. Time ain't on my side. Time I'll never know. Burn out the day. Burn out the night. Now I want to tell you what's wrong from what's right. I've seen suns that were freezing and nights that were cold. But I'm burning for you. I'm burning for you. Burn out the day, burn out the night. I can't see no reason to put up a fight. I'm living for giving the devil his due. I'm burning for you. I'm burning for you. I'm burning for you. I'm burning for you. Alrighty, let's get this show on the road, huh? I will get that other intro done. I'm really working on it. I just am really bad at doing the videos and editing and yeah. Oh, Bonnie O, welcome to Poolside. You're a misfit like the rest of us. Welcome to the Misfits. Hey, Cash. Hey, Hope. How are you? Mind time equals mayhem. It does. He gotcha. Captain got ganja in the house. Just ordered a new laptop. This one is great, but case cracked because 5 years old. Now I'll be good. Yeah. I'll tell you one thing I'll never do. I will never go as cheap as I did with this one because it ended up costing me more anyway. So I'll never do that again. I learned my lesson. New Snoopy Whirl. Okay. Hey, Steph, not that Steph, don't side on me. Excuse me. No coughing tonight. Not allowed. Not allowed. Anyway. Hey, Britt, good to see you. Hey, Starry Night. Hey, Late Girl. Proud Mimi in the house. Keep it moving. Hey, Darby C. The art of handmade dolls and stuff. On food or crafts, what to get. I might have a ride to the city to get some food next week, so maybe food. I hear you. Hey, BJ Marshall. Hey, Deb. Erwin. Hey, Brian. Sherry P. Nita. Sherry. Sambrisa. Catherine X. Naomi, good to see you. Karen Fan, good to see you. Bonnie O. Enid. Hey, Met Mama. Hey, Teresa. Hey, Julian's Daily Life. You remember for 1 month, a lot longer YouTube. Yeah, they've been messing up. Bonnie, they've been messing up. I actually, hey, Debbie, good to see you. I actually had a channel that I have paid the $1.99 to for like 14 months, probably longer. Didn't even have it. I was like, huh? What? But yeah, it's getting crazy. It's getting crazy. I see Hong Dong was back on his rants on Twitter. Jesus, stuff that thing post. Unbelievable. How could anybody for 1 second take him as a professional? If he was a professional tied to this so-called intelligence agency, which not a one of them have a look of intelligence, he wouldn't be posting the crap he's posting. Come on now. Oh, Doughboy. So he reminds me of Doughboy. Oh, Bonnie, thank you so much. Starting the night out. Oh, thank you. Starting the night out with some memberships. I hear you. Thank you. Please thank Bonnie O for your gifted membership. Welcome to Poolside, everybody. You're a misfit like the rest of us. Uninvited ghetto superstar. Unintelligent agency. Yeah, because he don't have a lick of intelligence to be posting the stuff he's posting. More like insanity, if you ask me. Um, I don't know any professional that would work that way. Got the memo. I love it. I love your avatar too. It just looks like the whole green team is crumbling right before our eyes. Yeah, it should. It should. I love the name Uninvited Ghetto. You guys and your names. Oh my lord. And rightfully so. And hey SD, good to see you. You know, Julie, Miss Profound Autism, she went on a rant because she wasn't put on their list. Bet she's second guessing that now. I bet she's walking that back. She's probably glad she's not on that list now. Hey, hindsight. Mm, yeah. And there's excuses being made all over the streets. Well, I don't support what he did, but I still support the ones doing it. No, 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 no. There's a difference. If you could sit in someone's chat that's doing some really effed up crap and not say a peep and be okay with it, mm-mm. It's the ones that speak up to say, hey, this is wrong, or, it shouldn't be like this. Those are the ones that earn and deserve respect. I mean, if you don't want to be a part of it, then you can always exit. You don't have to sit there and listen. But if you're going to sit there and listen and you don't support, then you need to speak up. It's that simple. Anyway, my dog just spoke up for everybody. I tried to get everything done. Hey, Strutter. Our grifters, scammers, nothing professional about them. So true. So very true. They are falling apart. And in the midst of this chaos, where has Seth been, or Tony, or Lesniak? Good questions. Mm-hmm. She's live now again. Her and her chat are wild with their theories. Look, that woman claims that she is so busy, so busy, and she gets no breaks and no help taking care of her family. But she's live a lot. She got a lot of time to go live. Because wasn't she live just a bit ago? Jeez. Heck, I have a hard time getting a live in every other day. um, the three stupids. Wow. I don't know. Maybe it's because other things are important to me. I want to see if this has a mute button. Let me see what this little switch does. Hopefully it won't blow us up or nothing. Oh, it has a mute button. Yay! I just wish it had a light, but that's all right. Okay. I don't want to put my nose on the mic. Oh yeah, she's definitely a wacko. Definitely. Hey Casey, good to see you. How are you? Definitely a wacko. 100,000%. Seth is like ground control to Major Tom. Yeah, I haven't heard a peep out of them. Nah, I think they understand that they got some wackadoodles on their team, and there's not much they can do about it. Yes, my dear. I knew it. She'd be at the door. I haven't had it, Mommy Kathy. I haven't had a turn to pick a video in 3 days. I'm like, that's not true. And if you didn't, when I just told you 2 hours ago to go ahead and pick your video and you chose not to, that's on you. But look, I got dinner done early, got our reading done because they're doing that reading contest at school. And we read every day anyway. This just makes it even better. And my little one's got to read a, a book. He brings it home on Wednesdays. It's due back Friday, and he's got to be able to read it. So we do that. Um, but they're doing that reading challenge, and my daughter's done it every year, and she wants all the rewards. I'm like, you got a lot of reading to do, kid, because we do a lot of reading, and you still, you know. But hey, reach for it, go for it. But my little's doing it for the first time. Hey, Trigger Mint Mocha. And didn't I forget that tomorrow is Kona Ice? Jesus. Tomorrow's Kona Ice, Friday's Dollar Hat Day. I always forget about Kona Ice. And you can't pay on the app after 6 o'clock. So that means in the morning I'm gonna have to go run and get cash and then run it to the school just so they can get some ice. A cup of ice. Yeah. My daughter don't even get the flavors. She don't like none of the flavors. She just gets the cup of ice. He tries 50 flavors and then gets a bellyache. Yeah. I always forget that, though. I got to start. It's once a month. I got to start putting a sticky on the fridge so I remember. The last Thursday, well, no, actually, it's early because it's not the last Thursday. This isn't the last Thursday of the month. It's weird. Might be because of the field trips next week. Who knows? I'll be okay as long as I don't fall asleep. Hey, if I start falling asleep on a live, y'all take my shit. Take my shit. Don't let me have it back. Just take it. Smack me in the head. I don't know. Knock me out with a tire iron. I don't care. Put my ass to bed. Mm-mm. Hey, Bama G. Yeah, no. I'll tell you what I would do is if I'm that damn tired, I'm not coming live. Okay. Sorry, I enjoy you guys, but what purpose would it serve? What good would I be? And if I get that tired while I'm live, guess what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna say goodnight, y'all. But I don't fall asleep like that, so yeah. Yeah, I don't fall asleep with my eyes rolling in the back of my head. Anyway, I listened to a creator today that I don't listen to much. I haven't for a long time. Just I just don't get time. I don't have time to listen to everything I want to listen to. But I was cruising the YouTube streets and I seen she was live, and she made some valid points about Grifton J. Some real valid points, and she called her out. And quit fucking lying. We ain't stupid, okay? We is not stupid. And Grifton, whoa, what are what are you doing, Omar? Oh, I didn't know hubby was coming home early. He went in early. You will hop on the panel and wake me up. Hey, Snippin. Yeah. Hey, Straight Talker. Good to see you. Yeah, I was checking out the Twitter stuff to see if they was going back at, you know, cluing them. Um, but Hong's been at it real heavy. I mean, he's ridiculous. But he's barking up the wrong tree because Illuminati can handle him with ease. Her and Cletus, they got them. They can handle them with no problem. And those boys won't even know they're being handled. I love it. Hey, Darcy. Excuse me, sorry. I am sorry. I will try to mute so I don't cough on you guys, but there's nothing I can do about coughing. It's called COPD and asthma, and it really sucks, no matter how hard you try. So I don't have it on here. Hmm, that's weird. And I didn't bring my phone. That's all right. I'll check it later. Um, so we're gonna start. Oh wow. Um, we're gonna start with Miss Profound. Yeah, we're gonna start with Miss Profound. There's a couple things with her. Oh, my damn stamps! I'll have to go in and get them. Um, I can't with her so called. Oh my God, she is live again. Sudden revelation. They are all in on setting Katie up. Oh boy. So they are all in it setting Katie up as her new. Yeah. There is 400 people in there listening to this twat. Are you kidding me? Are you freaking kidding me? Wow. Wow. Mm-mm-mm. She did one of her hour-and-a-half skits. The interrogation of Sheriff Eric Craddock. It's pathetic. It's not funny at all. It's really stupid. It's just, it's hard to believe that these people are grown-ass adults, you know? Hey, it's me, Amberly. She's got one. Katie's performative behavior. Hence my thumbnail. And I have a part 2 thumbnail coming with performative behavior, because that's exactly what this Miss Profound here is all about. Performative attention seeking. And then she did one, lying, liars. Katie, tell the truth. Oh, okay, so 3 days ago, she's back to running with the fake neighbor again, giving Brooks kudos for her great interview with the Proudfoot's neighbor that doesn't exist. Is not a Proudfoot neighbor. His name is Mark W. I would know that voice anywhere. He is not a neighbor of the Proudfoots. He doesn't even live in the same town, let alone the same state, you dingbat. But you've been told, and you still run with it. So maybe we'll start there, because she goes live so much. It's like, what is wrong with this picture? 15-minute live. She was live for an hour, but she calls it a 15-minute live. This woman is nuts. This woman is nuts. He's going to turn on, and he's going to pull from my signal. Okay.
Products that have.
Okay.
I don't know how he put it.
Let's get into this.
And Val.
Okay. We're only going to listen to some of this because I want to move on to the next one. But this is her yet again believing the fake neighbors, the fake cousins, the fake this, the fake that. This woman, you could go into her chat and tell her anything and she will run with it as fact. Hey, Skip. She's latching on to Brooke now because no one else wants to claim her. Oh, boy. So now she's saying Katie was, I can't wait to see what she's, well, yeah, I can wait. Hey, Sarah Tequila. Yeah, I can't wait. Well, yeah, I can wait. Because, yeah. And we will look at some of the so-called, I'd never seen satire be an hour and a half long, but it's really stupid. It is really stupid. They are all immature 12-year-olds acting 9 full-grown adults that need to grow up. I would scream it loudly in their faces. Hey, Sean, I agree with you. The stupidity is astounding. And for these so-called smart, educated creators, jumping on and buying every word that Nick or Hong post. Are you kidding me? Betty, you claim to be illegal ease. You claim to know the law like the back of your hand. Yet reading a document, you still don't understand the wording of the document. It clearly says that man, Castor, is not no one's lawyer in this case. With your frivolous lying to your audience about a RICO and a federal when it's not. But with the frivolous injunction crap, Castor wants nothing to do with that. I think he's made that clear. And you idiot, you made in your audience listening to you reading it and still going along with you. I don't get it. I do not get it. What the hell? Hey, Betty. I do not get it. Not at all. Hey, Jim. Betty, I think you typed in this wrong chat. Hey, Rocky. This is insanity.
I depended on these early interviews.
Mm.
And they're really upsetting. Oh, I'm sorry. There is one thing from Terry Lynn she plays. And the first one I play is the Terry Lynn one because it's not too long. And it's Chris.
Okay, why are you...
discussing.
Okay, but yet again, why are you going over? It's like you get the green team's memos too, because y'all been going over the same things 20, 30 times. You can only hear it so many dang times. But we're not going to listen to it, but go ahead.
Sebastian wets himself at school and that he's known for these accidents.
Okay, well, if it's happening at school, then I would say, yeah. Sadly, kids can be cruel. And if it's happening at school, kids know about it. Just saying.
You know,
What?
this is what? 2 months in?
No.
To the case? If never blame the victim or ever, a victim is a victim, period. Right. But, you know, there was a lot of hope he would be found. Chris and Katie gave the interview, says, we just want Sebastian to walk back in that door.
Hey, Jelly Moon, my babe misfit.
Imagine, why did they talk so bad about Sebastian and humiliate them? Imagine Sebastian's found. This is exactly what the point I was going to make. So
who? No. I have not seen Chris and Katie try to humiliate Sebastian. I haven't. You don't think putting out something that happened to him as a small child, that's none of nobody's business, isn't humiliating him? That wasn't put out by Chris and Katie. Okay. You don't think you people ignoring the fact that there was issues, there was behavioral issues that were escalating, not just at home, but also at school, and escalating. You, including the biological father, or the father, however you want to say it, like to sweep that part all under the rug because you'd rather just blame Chris and Katie for everything. But yet, it was just dumped on them. He said, no, I'm not taking him. I give him a year to get it together. You can't do that. You don't get to take a year off. He had no problem with putting it in Chris and Katie's laps, did he? Just saying, facts are facts.
Passion Flower makes it perfectly.
Exactly,
Imagine
Thor.
if Sebastian's found and he finds out they said these things, bad things about him, and didn't even go look for him. Poor child. But also,
oh my gosh, this headset doesn't hurt my ears. I wanted that other one, that Logitech, so bad. And it was that's such a great deal for it. But it hurt so bad. I couldn't handle it. I couldn't. This is so comfortable. And the other day, I thought the sound was good, but I guess it wasn't that great. So maybe the Logitech wasn't that great anyway. So anyway, I really didn't want to have to send a net. Well, I don't have to send it back. I just take them over to Staples. Here's your receipt. Anyway, this is so comfortable. And it's not as big and bulky as my other one. But yeah. It sounds better. It seems. But yeah, so they somehow sent me 2 of the Logitechs that I had to take over. I mean, why have them pick them up when I could just drop it off Staples and get instant credit? But anyway, I'm glad I ordered this one and it came like really quick overnight. But it's really comfortable. And so far, no complaints about the sound. So that's a good thing. And I like that I have a mute button, though it don't light up, but I have a mute button. My dog's sitting there barking at me. He's not coming out here. He wants to come out here because the neighbors' dogs are out and he wants to harass them. Told my Bubba he's going to get a damn RO against him. These damn dogs are going to get an RO against him, harassing him. He don't knock it up.
Found and has to go back to school.
Okay.
After you talk about him having toileting issues?
If he's having the issues at school, the kids at school are very aware. That's what you're picking out. You don't think that what Seth has put out about the SA, huh? How? Girl, how do you think he felt about that? Letting the whole world know what happened. Nobody's story to tell but him. Bubbalicious, lay down. No, no, sir. That's enough. No, sir. Nope. Hey, Bubbalicious. Pal zoomed to the moon one of these days.
You think he's gonna have an easy time getting a date to the prom?
Are you not aware of other information that has been put out by someone else? You don't think? Okay. Okay.
They didn't try to protect him and his reputation.
He's dumb as a box of rocks.
At all. At all. And this is only a couple months into the case.
Mm-hmm.
It made me feel like, and it still makes me feel like, did they actually expect him to come home? Because if they expected him to come home,
you know what? I can't speak on how they felt, and neither can you, because you don't know how they felt. You're not them. But one thing I think I can gather is they never thought he'd be gone this long. They never thought, because it's not the first thing that runs through your head. The first thing that runs through your head is always somewhere in the neighborhood. We'll go find him. You never think it's going to be what it is. And that's just common sense. Something you don't have.
you think you wouldn't want to. I mean, Sebastian was mostly
Yeah, she does
in
think she
special
knows it all.
education classes, right? How many kids go to that high school, Beach High School? Lots, right?
Don't know.
How many of the kids at Beach High School?
Maybe you should ask your buddy Betty, who sent her mod into the high school, to record her conversation while kids were there actively around her and didn't let the lady at the office know she was recording. Why don't you ask them? Just saying. They did it for content.
Knew about Sebastian's toileting issues. 100%?
Well, if it was happening at school, then I'm sure they all did. You pretty much are answering your own damn question, because in the beginning you said it happened at school. So if it happened at school, you can bet. Like I said, kids can be cruel. Sad but true. Oh, what do you think? Oh, never mind.
No. 50%? Probably not. But they all sure know about it now.
Hey, Aries.
Don't they?
Mm-mm-mm. Oh, I knew I forgot something. Oh, Lord. No, why isn't it working? I didn't forget. That's right. Why isn't it working for her? Because I didn't get one ad today. I did remember to do it.
Praise their children if they're missing. tell the good points, how cute they are and giggly and dance,
Huh?
and that his teachers like him. Right? You want to? They doesn't the FBI coach parents to humanize their children
Hey, Running
in
Bear.
interviews to tell them, you know,
The FBI coaches parents on what to tell their kids to say? What?
To make the kidnappers view them as humans so they don't hurt them, and maybe they'll return them. But they gave him little value.
And ma'am. Oh, never mind. Because it wouldn't matter. You're not capable.
And it's like, if you expected him to be coming back, you clearly didn't care about his reputation at school and something humiliating. I mean, remember the age, like middle school, freshman in high school, sophomore in high school.
And I doubt very much if there's many, 14, 15-year-olds that were watching the YouTube channels that they're not supposed to be in until they're 18. But yeah, anyway.
I remember especially in middle school, my son too. Everything your parents did embarrassed you.
She's saying the FBI tells the parents how to talk to the kidnappers, which I don't understand. It has nothing to do with this, but so they humanized them. Yeah. Yeah. Wacko.
Mom, stop talking to me this way. Stop, don't do, drop me off. I'd be like, I'm going to a party. Drop me off at the corner. I don't want to see my mom dropping me off. I remember picking up my son. Am I glitchy, Elizabeth? I remember my son in middle school. He took the bus to middle school. And we had a doctor's appointment or something after school. So I drove to his middle school to pick him up right after school. And I parked where I could find parking, which is right by the buses, right?
Hey, beautiful disaster.
And there were tons of kids coming out at the same time. I wanted to be able to see him, and I wanted him to be able to see me. This is before all our kids carried cell phones to school. So I stood outside of the car near the buses so he could see him.
Well, your kid didn't have a pager?
Catch him amongst all the students.
Because even my son had a pager in high school. Just asking, I don't know.
When he got in the car, he slams the car and he says, "Why did you get out of the car?" And I said, "What do you mean? I was looking for you and I wanted you to be able to see me." He's like, I said, "What are you talking about?"
If she only had a brain.
And he goes, "My friends all could have seen you."
I'm going to speed her up.
This is my oldest son. He's like, "Why did you get out of the car?" "My friends could have seen you." So I'm sorry. They don't think you have a mother, But I understood it because, you just feel a lot of embarrassment back then. Hi, Blessings. Hi, Della. Right? They're embarrassed.
No.
Why did you get out of the car?
No, because my son never said nothing like that to us. Well, he knew better. If I wanted to get out the damn car, guess what? I'm getting out the damn car. Yeah, it wouldn't have mattered what he said. But he never said anything like that, so I don't know.
Why did you see me? My friend, it's good to see you. Well, imagine your parents telling maybe 20 kids at school know this issue you're having, which is, by the way, very likely related to this harsh punishment he was receiving at home, that he was having these regressions. And
no, that's not true. There could have been any number of reasons for his incontinence. It could have been medical. It could have been behavioral, since there was severe behavioral issues going on for quite a while that had been escalating. It could have been any number of reasons. It could have been behavioral. It could have been medical. You never know. Could have been a side effect of medication. You don't know. You just don't know. Because guess what? Not your business to know.
Mr. Chris goes on YouTube
Mm-hmm.
and tells the whole school your business.
You didn't tell.
You think you're gonna
Going on YouTube is not telling the whole school. I doubt if anybody in that school even paid attention to these YouTube channels. But, that's not the worst thing that has been told. Just saying. And since it was happening at school, I believe the school was already well aware, dear.
have an easier time making friends now if what he wants is friends? So this part. Thank you to Crime Time Lies and Lives and Crime Time Lives.
Hey, Patricia.
Lives and Lines. I'm sorry, I'm like messing that up. Brooks. Thank you to Brooks for her amazing work. She has a terrific channel. Please follow her.
No.
She doesn't just talk about the Sebastian Rogers case. She talks about many, many cases, by the way.
She truly believes Crime Lies interview with the alleged neighbor. She truly believes it no matter what you show her. I've tried. This woman truly believes that Mark W. is really this retired fighter pilot, totally decorated fighter pilot, when in fact he's Mark W. He lives in New York and he drives for UPS. According to him, that's what we know him by.
I started taking pictures of the ones I needed to.
Now, this is the second time we've reviewed her where she has, and she actually played part of it last time. I don't know if she's going to this time, but we're not going to get into too much of this because we've already done this with her. She's a whole mess. All right, move it on, lady. Move it on.
This is
Do you
from.
not dust your house? I mean, look at all that dust back there.
This is from Terry Lynn.
Oh, she's
talking
playing
to Chris Proudfoot. If I don't get it to the exact right spot, we might have to listen to like a minute extra of Chris Proudfoot. Apologies for that. But
are you a grown-up? Are you really a grown-up? You might want to invest in, a Swifter duster. I'm just saying.
I believe this one I have here is the one where Chris says, Sebastian is known for, I don't know how he put it, peeing in his pants. He's known for peeing in his pants, something like that. How humiliating for Sebastian.
Dear, if it was already happening at school, the kids at school were already aware, that, yeah. You don't think it was humiliating that his dad put out details about his life that no one needed to know about? Didn't think about that, did you? Oh, I know. You agree with it. You think it was a good thing. You think that Seth is doing just great and being so honest and upfront and doing everything he can. I see fault with all the parents. Sorry, but I do. There's no evidence none of them did anything. That's what you fail to see. But what I can tell you is they're not out of here slamming anybody. There is a difference in behaviors.
Why would, if Sebastian wasn't known throughout the school for peeing in his pants, he sure as shit is now, Chris. Good job. Good job.
Honey, the behavioral issues at school were bad and they were escalating. That's why they were trying to find any available resources to help their son. They didn't just dump him on one parent's lap and say, I'll give him a year to get it together. Doesn't work like that. You don't get to do that when you're a parent. You just don't. But Never mind.
Now everybody knows. Not only in the school, we all know. The world knows.
Oh, got it. Okay, got it. But, like I said, you agree with all the other stuff being put out because it wasn't put out by the Proudfoots. Had it been put out by the Proudfoots, oh, Lord, that'd be a whole other ballgame. Yeah, okay, dude. You wear me out. You totally wear me out. What is going on with this thing? Is it melting? Better not. Oh, it sure did. Oh.
About it. Thank you to Mr. Chris. All right.
That would have accidents.
It is lame.
Stop your leaks and ditch
I
the
have
pads
YouTube Premium
with
now. I know I
Ellatone.
signed up for it.
Ellatone is a
I had no
convenient,
ads today at
non-intrusive
all.
pelvic floor.
All right. So this is you'll see here Brooks's voice, and then you might hear Terry Lynn's voice, and you'll hear Chris's voice. Okay.
I was unaware that you wore pull-ups.
Oh wait, sorry. He said, she goes, I didn't even know he wore pull-ups. That was Terry Lynn's voice. Yeah, let me bring you up to speed on that deal. All right, let me go back. It's better to go back and not miss something than to miss something. Tell me if you guys can hear.
You know when you point a finger, what you're doing right now, somebody look in the mirror, hey, turn around. You got 3 more pointing at you. I'm not the one being scrutinized by the nation. I'm not worried about the fucking nation. You should be out there looking for Sebastian.
You can hear it?
This call was a setup from the get-go by Terry Lynn. He didn't want to know where he was being recorded, and she baited him throughout the whole call. Come on.
Why are you saying bullshit? Are you holding our hands? Are you walking around now?
Oh, yeah, that ain't going to happen. Well, it will if somebody pays for it for her. Oh, she was grifting today. Big time. She was grifting. She was outright begging right away. Within minutes of firing up her live. I need donations. I got myself into something. I need help. And I know they're going to pick on me for it or, hate on me for it. But I never asked for help. I haven't asked for help in over a year. She asks for help every day. Every day. And the creator I was watching earlier that was playing some of her, even asked her, why ain't your old man working? He is quite capable of working. And that jotted my memory. I remember she had posted something about needing car repairs again. And somebody commented on there, well, maybe you and your boyfriend should get jobs. And her response was, yeah, we're working on that. We're looking, we got something going. That was a long time ago, never materialized, of course. But I mean, minutes in, and she's like, drop my links, drop my links, drop my links. It was insane.
Over a month old, but and then he has the nerves to say, I like her jugs. She's sitting there telling him off.
Sorry
and he's
about this part. I just didn't want to miss the part about him.
He likes it. He does. I think it's like Dolores said. I think he's got a humiliation kink.
I think Brooks is right.
And he has some foreplay for him. You have to hear the whole thing. I know there's some people that are like very sympathetic to Mr. Proudfeet. You have to
That's Brooks's voice from Crime Lines to Live.
For whatever reason,
we know who she is.
He was all about meeting up with her. He was complimenting her. And she's like, no, I'm not having this. I hadn't heard it until I listened to Jays for Justice's live. And I was like, wow, this is nuts. He is just crazy. Okay, guys, I'm going to speed it up.
He's crazy.
To this one part. This is the part that really just made me want to punch him right in the face.
This is about
not to be aggressive.
This is about the
he's the worst.
About the
worst of the worst.
Accidents.
We get it. It's right about here.
Oh, good, Denise. You're in the hospital. Everyone pray for
Kylo was cracking me up. He is the worst of the worst. Again, can we have a round of applause for Don Wells? Because he's looking pretty damn good right now. Let's go ahead and light it up for Don.
Denise, everybody pray for Denise. She's in the hospital right now.
Oh,
They're checking.
yeah, everybody. Thanks for coming in. Please do me a favor. Hit that thumbs up. If you're not subbed up, sub on up. We all, some of you know, Voices is really going through something right now. Her grandmother's in hospice. It's not good. She was really upset. I was thinking about maybe sending her some flowers or a plant or something. I don't know. I feel so bad. I wanted to be there for her, but prayers for her and her family.
They're doing tests. I don't want anything bad. Sorry. This will be. They're getting to the part that I wanted to hear. See, now I need to get that premium.
Now, according to Mr. Proudfeet, when he hooked up with Hurley Ho, he thought it was just going to be a sexual thing.
Am I playing the right part?
Who would even say that?
What? Oh,
When he
my
hooked up with
Lord.
who? Sebastian Vanna.
Hey, Brianna. Oh, thank you.
I'm sorry. I didn't know.
I will put that towards in for the flowers. Thank you.
I went back a little too far. Thank you, family. Yes, for praying for her.
Hey, sometimes you do more with YouTube than you do news, but local news. I mean, I'm local, sure, I'm local. But the news people, a lot of older people there that were out there, agree or not? I agree. Everybody should have the information regardless. I don't care where it comes through or how it comes through. They all need it.
Oh, my throat.
Did he ever have to sit in urine? Say again now? Urine in a pull-up?
Urine in a pull-up.
At our house.
Betty Crocker. Oh, my gosh. Thank you so much. I sure will. Wow. She's going to get a nice bouquet. Thank you very much. Voices has been a very good friend to me, and I want to be there for her. It's good to see you, Petty.
It's about the pull-ups.
Oh, you're fine, Ryan. It's fine. Showing support. It means a lot.
Sebastian likes to pee in his pants and defecate in his pants. He likes to do that, according to Mr. Chris. He likes to. Didn't somebody say he didn't like being dirty at some point? Who?
Maybe it was a behavioral issue and that was his way. You don't know that. You didn't live with them to know what was going on, Julie.
Likes to pee in your pants and defecate in your pants.
Hey, Erie.
Didn't he get up and go to the bathroom at Texas Roadhouse?
Mm-hmm.
Sign of a bad home life. Sign of abuse.
No, it is not. No, it is not. No, it absolutely is not. It could have been behavioral issues, which is what I'm guessing it was. Just because of how bad the behavior issues were, which you refuse to acknowledge. Also, it could have been medical. You don't know. And he was recently diagnosed too, by the way, Julie. Hey, Dawn Marie. Why am I getting ads?
If you're adopted.
He likes to. He likes to pee in his pants and defecate in his pants. Thank you, Chris, for making sure if Sebastian ever really wanted friends, if he were found, you have ensured he will never.
Look, lady, if this was already happening in school, then all the kids were well aware of it.
Have.
Hey, Little C. Hey, Tammy. Hey, Natural Mystic.
Friends. Good job. Why disparage your missing?
Oh, Mitten Mama, she can get nastier than Betty. I put them pretty close together. She hasn't come out with the shit Betty's yet. When Betty said that inappropriateness between Sebastian and his mother, my mouth dropped.
Stepson. In 1 second.
Do we have to?
Did he ever have to sit in urine? Say again? Urine?
Sit in urine.
At our house, at school? I didn't. I was unaware that he didn't work pull-ups. Yes, but here, let me bring up the skin on that deal. Sebastian has pull-ups that he wears because Sebastian likes to pee in his pants and defecate in his pants. Oh, he likes to do it. To the point where
I might not have, UA. That could be it. Because I didn't have one ad today when I was watching different shows. Or listening, I wasn't. That could be. I'll try that.
they actually had to say something to us. So we even told him, look, either you figure out how to go to the bathroom or you're going to pull-ups. And for the long time, I mean, there had spouts where he would do what he was supposed to do, and then he wouldn't. Can I explain hippity? Okay, this makes me friggin' livid.
This is Brooks talking, and I think she has a good point, so I'm going to play it.
Livid. I do not want to.
Why is she sucking up to Brooks? Hey, Kodo. Check Discord? Sure will. Oh, I got to go get my phone to do that. I don't have it on my tablet. All right, let me start the video. I'll go get it.
Into anyone's business.
This is Brooks.
Don't want to dox anybody. Isn't that the catchphrase around YouTube? I've been doxed, They're doxing. Listen. Anybody ever have a child that wet the bed? Yes. Anybody ever had a teenage son
You should have heard
that would have accidents?
I'm so proud of him.
I'm not gonna play Mr. Wizard right here and explain what happens when boys get older.
This, by the way,
we already heard old Hurley Ho say, for obvious reasons, she was not going to go into Sebastian's room.
yes, thank you for saying that, Brooks. Brooks is pointing out, remember when Katie said,
Oh my God, voices. Oh, her grandma passed. Oh my. Oh. Wow.
you heard a noise, you heard a thud. Why not check on him? What was her excuse? Oh, basically, instead of taking responsibility, I would.
Dorby, thank you, and I will put that to the flowers. We will send her nice flowers tomorrow. Thank you. And I will show you guys the receipt. Wow. Wow.
Wish I had checked on him. It was my mistake. I should have checked on him. Oh, because
Sucks I can't be there.
15-year-old boys do something that rhymes with plaster bait. That's not embarrassing, right?
What?
That's not embarrassing for her to say.
Mm.
Anne has the nerve just before that to lecture all of us, saying, if Sebastian was here and he could hear how you're talking about his mom and stepdad, his mom and dad, he'd be really upset. Well, he'd be really upset you talking about him doing something that rhymes with plaster bait. And then now you got your stepdad talking about liking to piss and poop, or in your whatever he said, in your pants. So he said, if you're going to do that, you got to wear pull-ups to humiliate him even more. Which, by the way, with autistic children who are level 3 profoundly autistic, you never put them back in diapers. Never. If they read about autism, if it was really a regression due to autism and not due to physical abuse, emotional abuse, fear, anxiety over harsh punishments, if it was just due to the autism.
If there's anything left over from the flowers, I will make sure I cash up at the voices. Why is Discord not on here?
Every piece of literature or any expert would tell you, never put them back into diapers. Never, never, never. You just start toilet training again, like it was from the beginning. But they don't know this stuff because he doesn't bother educating himself about autism. And frankly, it wasn't about the autism. It was about the abuse. It was about the anxiety over it. Hi, Christina. Oh, it's snowing. It snowed here yesterday.
Hey, babe, should I take a blue chew tonight?
What's that?
You want to find out?
Sure.
Here.
Sorry, guys.
Yeah,
Sorry
it also
about
could
that.
be side effects to make him sleep, but you know, he was saying it became a
Sorry about that. I was doing some. Sorry about that.
problem at school, and it was not due to the autism. No, because if it was due to the autism, you would have seen this going on in third grade, in fourth grade, in fifth grade, in sixth grade, in seventh and eighth, right? It doesn't just one day.
Now we know what she was alluding to, and I mean, who would put their 15-year-old in pull-ups and say, well, if you're going to keep having these accidents,
right,
then you're going to wear pull-ups. This is disgusting.
She's a mom. Brooks is a mom. She knows it. Sorry about that. Hold on. And yeah, if it was about autism, it would be the same at Seth's house.
I mean, come on. He liked
Betty Crocker. Can you pass this along for anything she may need? Yes, I will. I'm writing this down. But she has a Cash App and a PayPal. I can post it if you guys want me to. I don't know. I don't think she'd mind. No, the links are on her channel, but I can get them and post them. Still sucks I can't. Okay, so why aren't you doing it? Oh, I forgot. This goes on the top. I just want to write it down. Okay. All right, let me get back into the video. I'll get her links.
Let's just say, for whatever reason, he did. You don't say that.
Oh, maybe that's not Terry Lynn.
That's horrible. It is horrible.
That's somebody else.
Absolutely horrible. So on one hand, all three of them say that he has sensory issues to where he will not go outside without shoes on. But we're supposed to believe he likes to shit himself? He likes to piss himself? No. That is ridiculous. Oh, wait, I need to. It's not releasing the medication. I have to tell you that. That's not the laws. I have to tell you that. It's not. It's not. You are allowed to tell the medication. Seems to let you know, but that's not the law.
Okay.
Doesn't that just make you sick, what he said about Sebastian? He likes, or he's basically like he's known at school for peeing in his pants. Let me play that part. It's a little bit earlier than what I just played you, so you can hear it and hear the context surrounding it, okay? That just, it boiled my blood when I heard this, and I think it will boil yours as well. It's about here. Now, she does slip some words, some pretty, some cuss words and stuff, so we're in true crime, guys. It's going to happen. It's a bad situation. A lot of kids don't like that, and most of the kids talk about things that he's not into. He is very much in a conversation. He'll talk about Minecraft, and most kids don't play the Minecraft. They're all playing whatever games.
Now, this thing that Chris is saying right here, that's true. What happens, which is the reason a lot of kids who are level 1 autistic get diagnosed later, is because, when the kids are little, you feel like they're talking at you. You're not having a back and forth conversation with your 4-year-old. They're just saying, I went to see Spider-Man and Spider-Man did this, right? And you're like, really? That's, and maybe you'll ask a question and they'll go on some more about it. And he's talking about Minecraft because he loves Minecraft. Sebastian does. Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers, missing for nearly 11 months out of Hendersonville, Tennessee. What happens is when they start around, let's say, middle school age or something like that, it depends on the child. Their friends start, their conversations move on, their interests, progress. And that's when their peers start noticing the difference, because talking about Minecraft when you're in the 3rd grade with other 3rd grade boys, they're all talking about Minecraft. But now you're in the 7th grade, you're still talking about Minecraft. They're talking about girls or sports or whatever they're talking about, you know, and they're having back and forth conversations. So this is why it's harder, you know. So he's correct here when he says this is when you see a difference. But early on, you don't see a difference because the kids are young and immature, right? I said they're a neurotypical 2-year-old and a profoundly autistic 2-year-old are pretty much the same,
Okay.
or 1-year-old, let's say. They're not talking.
If this shuts off, hopefully it won't. I posted Voices 2 links too, but anything that was sent through the channel, I will make sure she gets. Yeah. If I shut off, I'll come right back. It's plugged in. It should re-kick in, but I don't know with this thing anymore.
They can't make dinner. They can't dress themselves. They can't this. They can't that, right? They're pretty much the same. They both have high support needs and things like that.
Listen, if y'all are still making coffee the whole way, that's fine with me. But let me tell you what I'm not going to do. I'm not.
Don't care what you're not going to do.
It's not till they get older and they don't meet certain milestones. Okay, so I just want to acknowledge Chris when he gets something right. He got this part right.
Like, driven into his conversation. So what he was talking about, if you're talking about something else, he tries to drive you back, and you just don't have that kind of interest. At school, he's known for being in his pants. I mean, it's
me too, Casey.
What the fuck? Excuse my language.
I know
He's
I
known for
was
peeing in
going
his
through
pants.
something really bad, and she stayed on talking to me till 3 o'clock in the morning. Never once said she was tired, she had to go, you know, nothing. For hours, she just sat there and listened and didn't judge, just listened.
For peeing in his pants? Well, that's funny, asshole. His teachers seem to remember other.
Okay, I'm back. Hopefully that won't happen again. I don't know. It didn't, it's not acknowledging that it's plugged in and charged, and he said he fixed it, but it's not acknowledging it. Hold 1 minute. Oh, I hate that when she says that. I just got this back. He said he fixed it. But it's not fixed. The new battery should be here Friday, so I still think that's what it is. Because what he didn't work. It's saying it's plugged in, but it will shut itself off, and then I'll have to wait, and it'll then register that it's charging again. And it shouldn't do that. That's the battery. Because everything else he's fixed hasn't worked, and I'm getting so frustrated. This damn piece of junk's only a year and a half old.
About your stepson that you don't
find someone unexpected on Bumble.
Yeah, Brittany. I'm starting to think that too.
Commercial. How embarrassing. 1 second.
I believe that.
In a self-contained classroom for most of the day.
Speaking
Yeah.
about his missing
Agreed,
stepson,
Christina.
just so off the cuff, you know, that Sebastian's known for peeing and defecating in his pants. It's like, what gives him the right? That's not his biological child. It's not even his business at that rate. It's Katie's business. It's her right if she would like to address that. But it's certainly not right of Chris Proudfoot.
Oh, you got a new battery too? Well, there's nothing left. I mean, there's nothing else left. I mean, I should have just bought a new laptop, but I figured this one was running okay. We could make this one better and not spend as much and just keep the one I already have. Yeah, that's not working out too well for me. Like I said, no more decisions. I'm going to listen to Frank when he says, nope, just get it. He's right. He was so right. Because what I put into this thing, I could have had a really nice laptop. And I'm still getting booted out. So, yeah. The battery's all that's left. Other than...
inserts himself. Every potential possibility he has, he just inserts himself. It makes me sick. What I really
but it works, though. Hey.
The other night with the Web Sleuths live.
Yeah, I'm looking at some. He told me to go ahead and start to look for one and get one. So I am. I actually have my eye on one. It just sucks that I just, put all this money into this one. Which, if it is just the battery, that's being replaced. So for $600, that would, as long as it runs good and doesn't do anything else, that's a good deal for a laptop. And that would be about what I have into it. So, yeah, who knows? I give up.
I'm muted. So I'll be that in just a second. So I hear what she has to say. Pretty much anything that Chrissy Poo has had to say.
But that I got a rant about something. My friend got herself a refurbished one on Amazon 4 years ago. She paid $125 for it. She's never had a problem with it. It still runs like a champ, still works good, no problems. I could buy the best laptop on the market. And at the time when I was getting this one, I went through it. It took me like 8 weeks to finally get one because everyone that would be ordered, they couldn't get in. So it was just a freaking nightmare. But yeah, I should have someone else purchase it for me because I don't have good luck. End of my rant. But no, I'm not asking for anything. I'm not grifting him. I'm just bitching about my story. And if anybody was around when I got this, you remember how how in the pain in the ass it was. Hell, I even went to Best Buy to buy one and they ordered it and they couldn't get it in. Oh my God, it was a nightmare. Anyway, I don't want to go through that again. And I won't because, see, I'll take his advice and I'll buy a better one. Me and my always trying to get that deal. Sometimes always trying to get that deal doesn't work out.
People have brought up the stuff, and either he's confirmed it, been confused, or denied it. I think we can tell the difference between Mr. Proudbeat and Seth. That one is purposely trying to publicly humiliate Sebastian.
Okay.
And the other is a cabinet. He really doesn't want to.
Wait a minute. So who's trying to purposely humiliate Sebastian? I guess you're going to tell us, right? Okay. Hey, Eastern girls. Hey, Carl. Yep, and I recall telling you not to cheap out. You sure did, Hope. You sure did. Yep. Hey, Patricia, good to see you. Oh, thank you for gifting a membership. Like I said, I really think there's nothing left. It has to be the battery. So,
answer these questions. Have you noticed the difference, or am I reaching too far a little bit?
No, I've noticed it. I can hear the disdain that Chris has for Sebastian. I mean, he just.
He says, I can notice that this is another woman commenting. I can notice the disdain. Okay. So knowing about CPS cases that CP has been removed leading up to the disappearance, CP immediately speaking on behalf of Sebastian and family is alarming and inappropriate. Right. Della, thank you. Della. She's so smart, Della. She really is.
Okay.
You guys don't know that yet. She really is.
She's really super smart. Everybody get that? You understand that? Hey, Kelly, the real go lately. She's really, hey, B-Tim. She's really super smart.
If very sensitive. Think about what Della says.
Why?
This is nearly 10 months ago. Well, it's over 9 months ago.
Okay. Why are you regurgitating it now?
We didn't know then about all the CPS cases, right?
Uh-huh. We still don't.
About now, all that we know about their relationship, what was going on in that house.
We don't.
What Sebastian said himself to his father.
No. But see, no, no, ma'am. We don't know about the CPS calls because we don't even know if there was 5 or what the calls were pertaining. Because had there been 5 complaints made for physical abuse, honey, there'd have been investigations. Trust and believe that, and they'd have known it. But listen, we don't know. You don't know. Because if what they're saying is true, and he was going to adults, his other parents, his other family members, and telling them this stuff, like you people keep claiming, what's that tell you? What'd they do? They failed him too. They didn't do anything to help him. They left him in the situation. Are you kidding me? Seth was so worried about the way Chris was with him, yet he had no problem stepping back for a year. Huh. Yeah. Okay.
Who have come forward have now said the idea that 8 months ago or 9 months ago, Chris was going on YouTube channels.
You bought a battery for $300 in Budapest and it lasted 1 month? Oh, wow. That's a lot of money. I didn't pay anything near that. I wouldn't. Sorry. I wouldn't. Yeah. No. When you don't have a choice, you don't have a choice, though. So I get it. Oh, I'm sure I'd have been pissed. I'm mad at myself because I should have known better. But then, it was working great after he updated, everything that was done to upgrade it and everything. So I didn't have to worry. I didn't have to worry about getting a new, upgrading a computer anytime soon. And then I started having these problems. I was like, okay. But that's one of the reasons I took it to him in the first place, because it wasn't acknowledging being plugged in. It would still drain the battery completely and shut off. And it shouldn't do that if it's staying plugged in. So anyway, who cares? I'm trying to be nice to this guy because I am really trying to talk him in to at least attempting to change the port on that iPad so that I could get my recordings off of it. But he doesn't even want to attempt it. But so I'm trying to be nice.
Saying things like he's known for pissing in his pants.
Hey, Wolfram.
He likes to pee and defecate in his pants. And we told him we're going to put you in diapers if you're going to be doing that.
No, they never said diapers. They are incontinence briefs. They look just like underwear. And it was for times when he just didn't want to cooperate, which again could have been a behavioral issue. It could have been a combination of a behavioral issue and a medical issue. No one ever said they were going to put him in diapers. That's what you guys always said. You guys are the ones that always tried to embarrass and humiliate someone. You of all people, being a caregiver, know the correct name to use. But it's more sensational. It makes, you get people believing that this man's actually out here saying it, that these parents are actually out here saying this stuff in the way you're putting it, just so they believe you and run with your narrative and go with these parents when you have no evidence of these parents doing a damn thing. Not a damn thing. And if you want to call out red flags, honey, there's red flags all around. Okay? Okay? And I'll tell you what, the inconsistencies on one side far outweigh the inconsistencies on the other side. Just saying.
And Della's saying, now that we know all the information we know, and you look back, how absolutely inappropriate it would
cost
be.
thousands? Yeah, I know. You can, I don't know, but yeah, you can. I've seen them. Yeah. What was his name? Unirock would do that, man. He would spend big bucks on, and he did recently, from what I'm being told, which I don't understand. He don't stream anymore. But yeah. Heck, I just want one that stays on, acknowledges the batteries being charged, and plays my videos. I don't need nothing complicated. I'm pretty easy.
If you can imagine a CPS caseworker, right? One of the complaints, I don't know if this was complaint.
Hey,
but
Harley
maybe
Ryder.
a teacher or a neighbor.
Yes, he was having accidents at school, but they don't want to acknowledge that. They don't want to acknowledge that there was behavioral issues, not only at home, but at school, and they had been escalating for some time. And that there was accidents at school. The kids were well aware. Unfortunately, kids can be very mean. And they're kids, They're acting like it's all Chris and Katie. They did it. My son treats to himself as well, good for him, Patricia. That's awesome that he could do that. That he could build his own system like that. That. My girlfriend's daughter has a fabulous gaming system, but she's single and she works and she pays for it. But to be able to put one together like that, that's awesome. He probably could have told me what this thing needed in like 2 seconds, and probably told the computer tech guy a thing or two. Because sometimes I question him. But hey, there's slim pickings here. And IT at work, they're my husband's job. They don't have time to. And I can't let him just take my laptop for weeks, because then I can't stream. But now I got this tablet, so now I can stream from my tablet. So now I will let him take it. But anyway, forget it.
Made a complaint that said, we heard him saying really horrible things to Sebastian, calling him the R word, humiliating him. The teachers maybe heard that. Maybe Sebastian talked about that. Maybe when the school called the house and talked about him having an accident, Chris, said inappropriate things about it. Potentially. I don't know. But imagine all of this gets reported to a CPS worker.
Patricia, did he set up his own programming and everything? I watched a clip of Hills today regarding Unirock. Yeah, I still watch Hills videos. Good for him. Live life. Hey, he's doing what he did. That's what I tried to tell my son and they had been together since 9th grade. And I just slow down. Enjoy life. Do you get some things that you want out of life? Because once you get married and you start the ball rolling, all that changes. Just slow down. And good for him.
Right? Any good CPS worker would know this is emotional abuse. This is psychological abuse.
How? Who is what? You don't think taking a small child and sitting him down in front of a game and showing him what a beatdown was, a bloody, gory beatdown was, you don't think that's emotional? Okay. You don't. Okay. Your oldest went to college. Friday has never used it. Oh, wow. The guys at my husband's job, they would help. They help me out. But, I don't push it. You know what I mean? Because they have lives and, and they never will take anything from me for it, So, but if something goes wrong with the kids' little tablets, they work on, they do. I just.
Humiliate a child. Humiliating a child.
Who's
for having difficulties.
He was not humiliated. Would it shock you, Julie, to find out that the school recommended the incontinence briefs? Huh?
Talking about it, blaming them for it. They had to be, CBS had to be squirming.
Oh, yeah, the batteries go quick when you're streaming. Oh, yeah, it eats up your battery fast. It does. And like I said, see, it's saying 0%, and it's been plugged in since I've been live. It's the battery.
Seats as they watch CP all over YouTube as though he was a loving stepdad of the year. Yeah. Well, they should be squirming in their seats. I don't think he sounded like loving stepdad of the year. Talking about
he changed the plug-in, the port that I plug into, but he didn't charge me for that because that should have been done in the first place. Apparently, according to him, I don't know. Thinking that was the issue. I said, no, that's not the issue. It's the battery. See, sometimes I do know what I'm talking about, even though I really don't. But anyway.
Piss and poop in his pants.
But I've already paid him almost $400.
He always kept clothes for kids to change. We always keep clothes for kids to change into to avoid embarrassments. Kids puke in school every day too. Just saying. Christina, yes. Spencer goes to school every day with clothes, and they keep clothes at school because sometimes things happen.
Yeah. Guess what? And the school knows about it. Just like they knew about him. Chris was not using it to try to humiliate or embarrass him. Stop spitting that narrative.
It's part of his disability, and that they should have something to change into.
Do you think maybe Sebastian at 15 did not want to cooperate? He's very high functioning. Yours, from what I understand from you, your story's different. Every story's different. Every kid is different. And again, you don't know the cause of his.
Degrading. Tori says, if I were KP, I would have charged that man for degrading my child publicly. I mean, the hypocrisy with Sebastian's mother, so concerned before about the treatment of her son when she filed the DV papers. And now we know he is out there on YouTube channels talking about he likes to piss himself. Pooping.
No, he was talking about Sebastian. He was answering questions. It wasn't, you're trying to spin it into something it wasn't, and that's not how it was said. But again, there's also another parent out here putting information out here that should not be out here, that can be humiliating and embarrassing to a teenager. who is not ready for anybody to know his story. And not just that, but the constant attacks on his mom. And it's like he's stuck in a time and he can't get out of it. He's stuck on 8 years ago, in my opinion. Oh, shoot. I don't even have my banner up. Ouch. Banner up. This is covered under fair use. Section 107 of the copyright in 1976. It says I can use it for educational purposes, entertainment, commentary, whatever, I'm just fair using the hell out of you. Okay? There.
His pants. He likes it. Where is the mother? Where is the mother to say something like, and she says, Seth, when he's asked
Jessica.
about some things like this, he's either confirmed it, denied it, or says he doesn't want to talk about it. I'm not answering
Jessica. I didn't want them to, he was going to college. And so was she, different schools. But I didn't want them to get married right out of high school. I wanted them to live a little bit, So they didn't, sadly. They listened to me because we never expected to lose them. So I always thought I had time to be a grandma and experience being a grandma, And, we were planning their wedding. Yeah, he was 23.
Things like that. No problem, Crystal. I'm happy you're here. Love you. Mandy Moo. J for just. Then the school would notify. Did she go and help, or did she leave work with concerns? They were notified. He says the school would let them know. They've known since day one. They never expected or worried that Sebastian was going to come home. CP said from the beginning, Sebastian will never be found, or dog would never find
Melinda.
him.
So Dobby and Root are huge food lovers, and we're very excited to share with you the food that they eat.
I hate to tell you this, but Dog's done nothing. Did she just say Dog would find him, never find him?
Find him.
Oh, yeah.
Beginning, Sebastian will never be found, or dog would never find him.
Dog wasn't around in the first couple months at all. And what has Dog done? What exactly have any of them done to actually find Sebastian? They're not out searching. They're filing frivolous stuff in court, posting all kind of crap on Twitter, putting out a bunch of misinformation. But what exactly have they done to help? All that's been used is Dog's name and a couple interviews that were about him, not about the case, because he couldn't even get the names right. So again, I'm going to ask you, what exactly has this great team done? Because none of them are searching. When's the last time any of them went out searching, if they ever did at all? We were misled into thinking that for days and days and days and days and days, there was all kind of searching going on, when in fact there was not. But yet y'all want to attack the people that go down there and put boots on the ground and actually go searching, take their boats out, take their sonars out, run their things that, what do you call them things? Now I can't even think. I got a brain fart. I can't even think. A drone. Yeah. Hours walking through the woods. Hours searching areas. You can't even give them that they're doing that. Somebody got to. Just saying. Oh, Patricia G, thank you so much. You get the 5 memberships. Wow, thank you so much. That's really sweet. Thank you.
Close.
Welcome to Poolside, everybody. You're a misfit like the rest of us. Please thank Patricia G.
Could have kept emergency clothes in school. They could have not, if they thought their child, there's a chance he might be found and come home, not ruin his reputation to the entire world. Not speak about him humiliatingly. Say something loving. If somebody has your child, in every movie, in every true crime documentary, everything, I always hear them say,
that's the movies. That's not real life. It's the movies. Is she for real right now?
The parents, make sure, you try to humanize, speak directly to the potential kidnappers. Tell them about your child. Tell them your relationship with your child. Tell them, all positive things to possibly make them humanize, as opposed to seeing them as inhuman and doing bad things to them. He's not humanizing him. He's making him sound like a burden. It's gross. It's awful. And I tell you this, if I've ever said anything negative about Chris Proudfoot, I'm happy. I'm happy because
what? You don't know this man. You've seen a couple of interviews. You know nothing about this man or his life. But I can tell you one thing. He was there. He stepped up. He was the one that was there 24/7.
Knows what he said to the whole world about his missing autistic stepson. What a bully he is. What a bully.
A bully. What
Not
did he?
Anything loving.
Bully.
No loving thoughts. No, I love him. No.
Are you kidding me? Are you really kidding me? I have heard that man break when he's telling us a story about Sebastian. What? Because he's not out here piss bagging to you idiots, not responding or crying at will on command like you demand because you don't feel he's reacting the right way. Who the hell are you people to tell him how to feel and how to act?
He's so, nothing. Talking about things they used to do together, just the two of them, that was special. He doesn't have stories like that. We would just sit and watch movies together, Anyway,
Good for you, Jessica.
All right, moving on.
At least you're honest enough, and you know yourself, and you know what you wanted out of life. A lot of people don't do that, and that's where foster homes come in at. And that's where I came in at.
Give me a second. I want to get to the parts of.
What are you doing?
Ollie and Anna seem so perfect.
You need to do Tam's.
What people didn't know was she was screaming for help.
I've been down this rabbit hole, these reports on these crimes that you don't hear much about. I want to go over some of them with everybody. There's some really, oh my. Oh. And Karen Reed's dog bite expert is allowed to testify. I don't think it's going to help them. I think it's going to hurt them. But okay. I want to get B-Tim over here up on a panel. We're going to have a Karen Reed Turtle Boy night. Yep.
Just 1 second, sorry. 101
I really don't see the dog bite expert helping them because that's not a. I've heard that testimony. Nope.
But let me just check. I only have like one picture of the 101 time mark. Let me get to it.
Oh no, Patricia, because I did do my YouTube premium, but someone said I have to go out and come back in. I didn't have ads today. I have no idea. I'll have to do that. Go out and come back in.
Stamp on there. So just give me a second so we can hear.
If it's not even a sign, and if someone might
Well, she's monetized.
Oh, this is the neighbor talking.
She has to be, or I wouldn't be getting ads.
They took him out. Now, I don't know about that. I mean, but,
I put in my notes this timestamp, but I don't remember why, because the other ones are later. This is the neighbor talking. This neighbor doesn't live next door. This neighbor doesn't.
Oh, this is Bobby Binoculars, Miss Know-It-All that don't know a damn thing. Never even met the Proudfoots before. Didn't know Sebastian. Hasn't been honest. Just repeated all the gossip she's gotten off the Facebook pages and watching Betty and JLR in the beginning. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, no. She has zero credibility. But you know what? Even Bobby Binoculars knew that Brooks Crime Lies neighbor call-in wasn't a neighbor at all. Julie.
Live across the street. This neighbor lives at the end of the street.
Nowhere by them. It's not a direct neighbor.
The end of the street.
Good distance down. Not a direct neighbor.
So if you don't mind, let me just play it so I don't miss anything. But because the other timestamps are like at like 128 and 140 and stuff like that I put down. I know I put those down for a reason, but I can't remember why I did this one.
That's impossible. I mean, but
Your chat won't auto scroll.
Chris, and he likes to drink, and
I didn't have one ad today. I was only on, listening to a few, but I didn't get one ad today. But I didn't go out and log out completely and log back in, and maybe that's what I need to do.
He is 21, and he's actually 40. He's actually going to be 41. But he's not like one that I would sit down with and like that.
This is Mark W. This is not a rural neighbor. This one does not even live in that neighborhood or in that state. He goes by, or he went by Mark W. with us, and he was a UPS driver. He worked for UPS, lives in New York. That's Mark W. He's lying about all this stuff. What he didn't get from watching everybody, he made up. What he didn't get off the Facebook groups and stuff, he made up.
I would have it in my circle.
Oh.
Well, I don't want him in my circle either because I think he's a heinous individual.
This is Brooks talking from Crime Lines and
She was
Live.
out searching for 10 minutes. Now, remember,
Katie was searching for 10 minutes.
Said that they did a 3-way call to the non-emergency number. Was she out driving around during this? Was she told to go back home so she could meet the investigators, or what was really going on there?
Remember, this is like 9 months ago.
No, it's not been that long. No.
Interviewed.
No.
Okay.
Wasn't that long.
Memories are fresher back then.
No, it wasn't that long. I have it on my channel. I also have the receipts where he tried to play himself off as Christopher Proudfoot to me when I busted him out on his bullshit. Yeah. He tried to message me under another Google number where he told me he was Christopher Proudfoot. His name is Mark W. He's not a real neighbor. Not to the Proudfoots anyway. He's somebody's neighbor in New York.
Want to extend your buying power? Get the secured self Visa credit card. No hard pull.
No, this is on this is definitely Crime Lies and Live. Crime Lines and Lives with
Crime
Brooks.
liar.
100%.
It's just easier to call her crime liar. Crime lies. That's what she did. Because she knew that wasn't no damn neighbor.
10 minutes is real quick. That's basically I showed up to the party. I told everyone hi, and I turned around and walked out because I want to get back in my pajamas and watch something on TV. That's pretty much it. It's
I love Brooks. She doesn't mince words. Subscribe.
And her phone on mute when she was talking to them. How can Chris Proudfeet tell them what happened or what was going on, considering he wasn't there? Exactly.
As a mom, why would you not?
Katie was on the phone call as well. And she's also the one who went and met with law enforcement, by the way. And say what you want, but law enforcement was on this rather quickly. So don't say they didn't do anything. And don't say they didn't try to get help, because they went right to law enforcement. They live in a small town. He's out of state. It's not surprising that she would call him. And it's not surprising that he, having a direct number, being in a small town like that, would just call directly to them, because you're going to get rerouted through 911. That could take a minute. Also, calls can get dropped. So, yeah, it's not alarming. It just isn't.
Want to call 911 immediately and say, I can't find my son. I don't know what happened. Oh my gosh, I'm in panic. You know, the first person she called was him, and then he called. That's crazy.
Yeah, a 3-way call and she was muted. Well, they need the information, and the person that's not home.
The first person I'm going to call would have been my husband. That's not shocking that she called her husband. They didn't think it was going to be where we're at today. That's not what you're thinking. You're thinking, oh, he's just out in the neighborhood, or maybe he went on, tried to go to school or something, you know? You're not thinking, and you wouldn't be either. Oh, Lord have mercy. Hey, Infamous. They 3-wayed. Yeah, I know she was on the call. Yeah. Hey, Wine Crimes and Mayhem.
Can't give it to him. That's ridiculous.
Right.
And Seth's private investigators say they can 100% verify that Noaz wasn't home.
Yeah.
Why is it funny? Why do you think that's funny? You are grown-ass women sitting here mocking someone's name. The parent of a missing child. What is so funny about that? Y'all should be ashamed of yourselves and how immature you really are. And you know what? Brooks will never be taken seriously with the way she carries on and talks and mocks and makes fun of people. Just another YouTube clown.
And these are Seth's private investigators. They're saying he was home. That's what I'm saying. He just seems to be kind of a mean person. And, you're not the first person I've talked to that, lives around there. You're just the first one, to come on record and just say,
This is her talking to the neighbor again.
look,
It's not a neighbor. He has no idea. He's never met nor spoke to Christopher Proudfoot. He does not live beside Christopher Proudfoot. Mark W., I know you're still around in the bushes. You just changed your name. But you'll get caught. You'll get found out again. I don't even know why you did this sick shit, Mark.
this guy is, he's not a nice dude. No, he would be outside actually.
Oh, you're still waiting for evacuation orders, Jessica? Oh, man. And fires. God bless everybody out there in California. Oh. Hey, Celestial Sky. The devastation is... It's heartbreaking. It's just... Then you got idiots like Bullhornbetty laughing about it. When she did that parody, when she acted like she was on the phone and she was Chris, probably talking to Katie, it was so disgusting. I know elementary school kids that have better etiquette than that. Yeah. She has a parody coming that she did an hour and a half long of an interview with the chief Craddock. It's ridiculous. She's beyond. That's why, even She's even too much for the team. She's, pissed that they never put her on the list. But yeah, I think she's even too much for the team because you don't hear none of them, Brittany had mentioned her a couple times. Betty did, but they slacked off that real quick. Yeah, they do forget it's a real child, not an internet fantasy. It's a game to them.
His truck, and for whatever reason, he would just start screaming. He would just start actually yelling at them,
and none of this is true. None of it.
At Sebastian or who? Yeah. Oh no. He would just.
Oh my God! I'm so sorry, PI Stories. I am so sorry. Oh, yeah, my niece's husband's family lost everything. I am so sorry.
I couldn't tell you that, but I will tell you this.
Oh, she got her ad set on high, boy.
Waiting and wondering.
You can bet the first thing I'm doing when I'm done here tonight is I'm totally signing out of all my YouTube and then going back in, and my premium better kick in because I gave him my credit card information. The first month's free anyway, but I gave him all the billing information. Everything was fine. It said, thank you. Yeah, thank you. Another way for you to nickel dime us creators.
Okay, right here. I know you heard some parts about it because if that's nobody did, then I don't know where people did.
Oh, yeah. Her and Terry Lynn. Yeah, the similar. Yep. Look. LKB. Oh. Hey, Joanne. I'm so sorry to hear that, KB. I really am. That's. But this is no neighbor. None of this is true. What he did was took some things and twisted and mangled them all up and then spread the gossip from the Facebook groups and stuff and made it up as he was going along. There was no yelling and screaming. There was no pressure washer incident. None of it. None of this is true. This man does not live beside Chris and Katie. In fact, they even confirmed that that's definitely not their neighbor. And he is a direct neighbor, according to him. 45 seconds. He's not a direct neighbor. It would take him a lot longer than 45 seconds to get from New York to Tennessee. Mark W. Remember how you quit being a police officer after 6 years and took a job with driving for UPS instead? Remember how you told me that? And how your wife works for an online, where you can get your doctor's appointments, see somebody online. Yeah, like a MediQuick or something online. Yeah, on the weekends. No, she's not a doctor. Allegedly, she's a PA. And remember the emails you sent me? And you wanted to do this big live where, you had to stop. You were going to call CJ out because you were pissed that he put your thing on the screen where I guess you gave him money for a hotel or some kind of shit. But you wanted to call him out about having a person around kids that's not supposed to be on the boat and all this other stuff. And you talk, your brother, it happens to be an agent, you law enforcement, you had a very long conversation that was recorded and you were going to play it about all this with CJ and this dude and everything else, but you could never provide me with the recording because I needed to hear it before it would go on my channel. You wanted nonsense and all these other people. You started adding people. Then you started telling me that that Chris was going to come up, that Chris and Katie was going to come up. And I'm like, why would they want to come up over you busting out CJ? And you said because they didn't like CJ and what he did. Okay. And then whenever I called you out, I said, look, if I don't see any of these receipts, there's no show. You never followed through. So you knew I canceled the show. So then you started emailing me and text messaging me like you were Chris, saying that I'd go to Dutchie's and all this other stuff. Well, you're the one that called her Dutchie. So you gave yourself away. But it just, it was all coming. The emails were coming from you. The text messages were coming from you. And I do believe they're still on my channel in that live because I didn't take that live down. But I know, and I stand on it 1,000%. That is Mark W. I said it within the first 10 seconds of hearing his voice on Brooks's live. Nope, I knew immediately. That's a voice after spending 2.5 hours talking to him. That's a voice you don't forget. And it just the way he talks and the way he sounds. It is different. It is weird, as my husband said. But yeah, that's definitely not a neighbor of the Proudfoots. That is Mark W. At least Mark W. is what he went by around all of us. Hey, Zero Fox Given. Now, Granny has said that he sounded like one of Brittany's mods, old mods. Now, he did tell me that he used to mod for Brittany and Chasing and a couple others. But he did tell me he was modding for Brittany around the time she lost monetization. That whole story she made up. Anyway, the grift. Because she ended up not losing anything and still grifted her, begged her ass off. Don't she always? But Brittany supposedly said, no, that's not him. I have a recording. And she was supposed to get me the recording of this dude's voice, but she never followed through. Which, no surprise there. Didn't expect her to. But, so it could have been the same person. Granny could have been 100% right because Brittany never followed through with being able to prove it wasn't. She never produced any recording. Hey, Jai. Anyway.
And that's because, okay, you know what was put out there about actually
Oh, that is Mark W.
him being inside. Okay?
I know that voice anywhere. And then he'd be talking to me and you know how like when someone else is at home with you and they're yelling at you because you're upstairs, which is what he said, he was upstairs and she was downstairs, and she would be yelling at him, telling him, well, tell her that I'm on this weekend if she went, because I was sick and I needed some prednisone and stuff. He's like, no, you can do a telehealth visit and she can do the scripts. I'm like, no, I'll go to my doctor, thank you. But because my breathing was bad that weekend. But anyway, you know how you can hear, you may not be able to hear exactly what they're saying, but you can hear if someone's yelling at someone and he's like screaming, telling her to quit yelling at him. I couldn't hear anything but him. I heard no other sounds. I mean, this dude went so far as he sent me pictures of this raggedy old couch that was his doggy's couch, allegedly, with his pictures of his doggies. Anyway, yeah, it's a whole shit show.
Now, you had Chris, and from
But right after, after all that happened, he went and did this with Brooks. She bought it hook, line, and sinker.
From the actual neighbor to the left of him.
Hi, Miss Fletcher.
Neighbor to the left.
Said, okay, let's be 100% transparent because a lot of people in that neighborhood do not like Chris Proudfeet. They don't. Because he said the neighbor to the left of him does not like him at all. He's loud. He's aggressive. He uses profanity when it shouldn't be needed. I mean, from what I'm understanding, you can't just say.
Oh, Hope, I don't know if you're still here, but thank you very much. Thank you. Oh, I know you just lost your grandma too. I'm so sorry. Thank you, Hope.
I'm mowing the yard. If someone says, "Hey, howdy, neighbor," he'll just shout back and say, "I'm mowing the fucking yard."
If I go to commercial,
It's
my
going
fault.
to get interesting. Chloe, anything you want to add?
No, I'm still processing all of this that we heard yesterday. I'm glad I'm listening to it again.
He's very much actually, he's homophobic.
He's homophobic. That's what he says.
So why was he going around telling people that he didn't want Sebastian around his daughter? Because he had like some sort of, I don't know, some sort of feeling that Sebastian was going to do.
I just want to say, when she's saying he's yelling and he's homophobic, right? I think, in my opinion, he's alluding to the words he used on Sebastian. You understand what I'm saying?
No.
Like he may have said, I don't know, this is what he said.
Because he didn't use any of those words on Sebastian. None of this is true. You dingbat. I've told you this. You went through this already. We reviewed this. This is like your third time going through the same information in like a week or two. Crazy.
But a homophobic term would say, you're a something that rhymes with baggett that starts with an S.
Hey, reversed images.
That's why he's saying he's homophobic. He's
Hey, fly on the
yelling,
wall.
he's cursing, he's using things. And let me put it this way, he's homophobic. Meaning, I believe, this is my opinion, I don't know, but that maybe some of the terms he was calling Sebastian, right? Christina says, that's what I thought too. You're a, stop being a, something that rhymes with baggett and starts with an F. That's my opinion.
Something to her. I mean, what is really
None of that was ever said.
I can't answer because I don't have any clue as to that, except
Damn, where's everybody at tonight?
I actually did hear it, but to say that I can say that I heard it with my own ears from someone that I can validate, no. But just kind of knowing them from just actually being here.
You don't know them because you don't live by them.
I can see him saying that. I mean, it makes me sick. I mean, I can see him saying that. And now, did you happen to hear? Okay, now I don't know if you know this, but this was yesterday. This was last night. I think you touched on it. I'm not sure, but now you know Terry Lynn was out there actually searching. Okay?
Yes, I saw that.
Okay. Now she found a pair of pants, which we don't know what's going on. Now, this is where I'm talking about
how this all pie on his
Okay, now the pair of pants that was found, by the way,
in this rant
Nick
too.
Barrett's
That's what I thought.
Because it's 100.
says that they do not belong to Sebastian.
It was a blanket too with it.
And there is an HOA.
A homeowners association.
Chris was called out on a community post because he wasn't paying his HOA dues. So because Zillow doesn't mention it doesn't mean there isn't one. I don't have an HOA. I wish I did because I got some neighbors that need to quit putting their damn trash can in their driveway.
Hey, twins from Michigan.
I
Alley
live in
Cat.
an HOA. I mean, in my neighborhood, my house that I owned before that was an HOA. It's pretty normal to live in if you live in a nicer neighborhood that you have an HOA to make sure that everybody is, compliant and doing the things they're supposed to be doing. You wouldn't want to live in a house next to you that's just has trash in their yard and things like that in a neighborhood like that.
Well, it's a love-hate relationship because, I mean...
All right,
I'm trying
thank
to
you,
find the
Miss.
part. I have another part where they talk about I guess he behaved badly or something, or gave off a bad vibe, Chris did, that where neighbors would have barbecues and things and invite other neighbors on, and he was invited once and then never invited again. Is in this live from like 9 months ago. So it's okay if I keep playing this because I don't know. I want to get to the point where I have different points that I wrote down. Like I have to play this at 128. We're at 109 now. I have to play at 128. I have to play at 125. I have to play at 144, 145. I know I have to play those.
My husband wants to change the oil in the garage, or I'm sorry, in the driveway. I don't want some nosy neighbor coming over giving us some sort of ticket.
Oh gosh, no. Yeah.
Or something. So it's got to just keep up your damn property. That's all there is to it.
Yeah, I agree.
Hey, Clue.
This is what I'm talking about.
Julie, do you really believe one word Mark W., the fake neighbor, is saying? Because I can guarantee you that is no neighbor of Chris and Katie Proudwoods. That is the local UPS guy from New York, Mark W. He don't even live in the same damn state, you idiot. How can you believe anything he's saying? Listen to what he's actually saying. Does any of it really make sense? Now, they're going to go out in their yard and carry on like that for the whole world to see, right? Come on. Wow, you got some bald spots going on up there. Okay.
Didn't want to get wet. And he wouldn't come over to her. It took one
Hey,
hour
Christy.
for a sergeant, and her name is Sergeant Earhart. She is very sweet. I see her in town. She's the one who came down and she took the fence. I mean,
Thank you, Della, for telling me that. Thank you, Della.
by the news article. Hold on, we've got our good friend Justin. Yeah, I'm serious. Homeowners Association. It's a love-hate relationship. I'll say, man, I would.
All right. Let me go to this part here. If I have to go back to that, I will. Hang on.
You have.
Let me just get to this other part I definitely wanted to play. Let's see.
See this how I just reviewed you not even a week ago going over the same damn call that's fake. Come on, get with the program. We want to move on to your so-called satire.
I missed it. Hold on.
I know timestamps can be a bitch,
got
can't they?
angry and left. Something Sebastian wanted. Well, God forbid he wants an extra roll.
This was
or he
at,
wants some
she's
dessert.
finishing about the,
How many of you have been at a restaurant where you're
this was after that one time they saw him in the middle of February, 2 weeks before he went missing at that Texas Roadhouse.
I can't say every day because I don't watch every day, but I have the balls to actually live into town that way and right. But for the last, probably 45 days, I would say every other day they've been, it's actually not detectives, I think they're getting regular visits by, it has to be actually their attorney. So, I don't know. Oh, that would make sense. Oh.
This
Hey,
is
Katie
after
K.
Sebastian's disappearance. He's saying that they're getting regular visits by somebody, and he doesn't know if it's detectives or an attorney or who it is.
Katie, I don't know if you heard, but Voice's grandma passed a little bit ago.
He doesn't know.
Has law enforcement followed up with you or any of your neighbors recently? No, I mean.
No, they can't because he's Mark W., a UPS driver. He is not a retired decorated fighter pilot, whatever you want to call him. He's not none of those things. So no neighbors have reached out to him because he don't live there.
The only thing they did was they actually took the ring.
Yeah, just a few hours ago, Katie. Hey, Spooky.
They actually took the ring footage, and I have 6 cameras on actually my house.
This guy's got 6 cameras on his house.
Actually, and then there's 2, but it's 6 and.
Okay. Do you realize that there's no neighbor beside them at that time that had 6 cameras? Because he doesn't live in Tennessee. He lives in fucking New York. And he drives a UPS truck. And he sent me pictures of his beat up old doggy couch for his doggies with his doggies. I mean, no. Sorry. This is Mark W.
They actually downloaded it, which didn't show anything. And, but we had nothing else. I mean, we didn't have there hasn't been a recanvass or like there hasn't knocked on the door and said, have you thought of this or have you, it's basically been quiet.
Thanks.
Okay, so think about this. He's talking about law enforcement. Very early on, right? The day he went missing.
She took care of her grandma for a long time.
Day after, whatever. They went around and got everybody's videos. They downloaded the videos. And Brooks from Crime Lines and Lies asked him,
Crime Lies. She lies. Good name for her.
Has there been any recanvassing by detectives of the neighbors? Like, do you remember anything new? Did you discover anything new? Right? So,
and you know this because Mark W. told you, right? Maybe you should talk to a real neighbor first. Yeah, that might help.
Let's say this is, I don't know, 9-10 months ago. So it's a month and a half later, right? Listen to what this man says. And this is why needs to be investigated for non-feasance.
Oh, here we go with the non-feasance again. The sheriff did not commit non-feasance in this case or any other case that you can actually prove.
A month and a half later.
And by that, she's meaning non-feasance is because she's considering, Sebastian as being medically and physically disabled. And that the sheriff did not do his due diligence in protecting Sebastian. And he's allowed things to happen and has actually tried to cover things up and ignore them.
Thank you, Alley Cat. I love you guys. To re-interview the neighbors. Now, isn't it the neighbors are calling YouTube channels because the police aren't asking them?
No, they are not. Oh, Julie.
Any more questions?
He's not a neighbor. So yeah, law enforcement's not going to reach out to him anytime soon.
Why are the police? You go back to the same people. Wait a second. It's been 6 weeks. It's been 8 weeks. All right. Have you discovered?
Dude, now that you're monetized, seriously, I'm not trying to shade you. I'm really not. And I usually don't make these kind of comments. But that dust is driving me freaking nuts. Get yourself a 360 Swifter duster. It'll pick that shit right up. I'm sorry. It's just probably my OCD. It just drives me nuts.
Anything new now? Because maybe they thought of something, but they didn't think it's important. But police would tell you everything's important. We can't leave it up to the neighbors to decide what's important and what's not important.
Yeah, you're so right. Because he's not a neighbor. You know what? I need a cup of coffee and I don't even drink coffee at night. It don't matter. Don't do shit for me. But anyway, yeah, he's not a neighbor, dude.
Need to go back and re-interview all the people.
Re-interview the non-neighbor
that they approached for camera footage for whatever reason in the beginning. And he's saying they never came back to them because had they come back to them, this gentleman and other neighbors in the neighborhood, like the ones who live to the left,
that you never spoke
on the left side.
Who's that? Do you know who they are?
That means if you're inside your house, right? If I'm inside my house and if I say my neighbors to the left, I'm thinking about me inside I don't know how you guys think of it. It's not who's on the left side or the right side of the road. I would think about it. My left side neighbors would be, if I'm in my house, who's to my left, right?
Okay.
Which from the outside would be to the right.
And?
So think about your face. So the neighbors to the left didn't like him. And he's talking to them.
No. because he's not a neighbor to the right. Do you understand that? He's not talking to the neighbor on the left because he's not a neighbor at all.
He said it. I don't know if I'm ever going to find that part where they said he wasn't invited to the, he wasn't ever re-invited to the barbecues and stuff like that because they just didn't like him.
Oh, my Lord.
Chris makes it out like, oh, no, people just keep to themselves.
Yeah.
No, they don't necessarily keep to themselves.
What did
They
I
keep
just
away
do
from
with that?
you, sir.
Oh.
Love that East Coast.
Oh.
From.
But then you can't run with that, Julie. You can't go there. Because remember, according to the great smart team, Bullfrog, there was a poker game and stuff, you know, and Crime Lies Ears ran with that. You talked about it. So if he's not liked, why is he at the neighborhood poker game? That never happened. Terry Lynn. Yeah, Terry Lynn gave us that crap.
Cape May. Tabitha, Cape May is one of my favorite places. Brave neighbors for speaking out. Absolutely. But they didn't go, but law enforcement didn't go back and re-interview them because had they done that, he would have said, oh, you know.
Honey, law enforcement never interviewed him in the first damn place. So why would they go back and re-interview him? Again, why? He lives in freaking New York.
You hear that, like, we've now had conversations. The neighbors, after they left the first time, right?
Okay.
The first time was like, look in your backyards, look in your sheds, look in your this, look in your that, right? Look around the neighborhood. Let me see your camera footage. But now the neighbors are talking to each other. And they're like, yeah, remember how we won't invite them to the barbecues? Remember how...
He can't invite him to the barbecues because he's not invited to the barbecues. He's not a neighbor. I cannot was stupid. Oh, my Lord.
I was outside. And he sprayed Sebastian.
Nope.
With a pressure washer.
No. Boy, I tell you what. If he seen that from New York, he got some freaking super eyesight, man. He's like a superhero and shit. If he seen that from New York, that's a good distance.
Called him a name that rhymes with faggot that starts with an F.
What?
Sebastian collapsed. Remember when he said,
no.
Katie, come get your R? Remember how he always referred
to Sebastian? We don't remember because it's not true. It was never said, you idiot. It was made up.
Sebastian is Katie's son. Not my stepson. Katie's son. Remember how unpleasant he was. Remember, not that somebody who's unpleasant is guilty of a crime, obviously. There would be a lot of people in jail if we just locked up unpleasant people. But remember the screaming and yelling fights we would hear between the parents. Remember the always yelling at Sebastian. Remember, and this, we're going to come up on it. We're going to come up on them saying this. Remember when he said to Katie outside the house, this marriage isn't going to work. When he said to Katie, as we're going to come up on this in this recording, it's him or me, or something to that effect. Well. You don't blame the neighbors for what? It's like not talking? It's just incompetence from Ellie. Yeah. Because if they had gone around recanvassing in the month to 2 months, they might have had time to think about, remember when they had that fight, you know, and they said, this marriage isn't going to work. Maybe I should have told that to the police. Right? Not inviting him. Right. Remember how we don't invite him to things because he's such an pleasant person. But I can imagine when there's a missing child, right? And the police first interview neighbors. They're not thinking of every little thing at that moment. And they might not think it's important. Like, is it important that I heard them fighting outside the house and they said this marriage isn't going to work? Would I have reported that? At that moment, if we thought Sebastian had walked out the door of his house, as the parent said, by himself in the middle of the night, they might not have thought it was relevant. But law enforcement now knows even something as minor as a husband and wife having an argument and saying this marriage isn't going to work could be.
Oh, I was muted. Sorry. Yeah. I'm going to move on from this because I've already reviewed you regurgitating this crap several times. For the last time. His name is Mark W. At least that's what we all knew him by. He was a member on this channel. Actually, he had a wrench for a couple weeks. Courtesy wrench. Anyway, yeah, he's not a real neighbor. Just so you know. Okay. I keep telling you that, but you don't want to hear it. I think I know the video's still up on my channel, but I still have all those receipts too. Where he tried to play himself off as Christopher Proudfoot. Yeah.
Of importance in this case. The sheriff's department did not go back and re-canvass the neighborhood that they disappeared from.
And how do you know that? Because the non-neighbor told you? Okay.
To interview them again and say very specifically to them, did you ever hear the parents arguing outside the house? Did you ever see evidence of Sebastian being verbally abused? Did you ever hear anything that sounded like a verbal argument or a physical altercation? Did you ever hear, these were things that they weren't asking in the beginning.
If things were that bad and police were talking to the neighbors, oh, busybody neighbors, oh hell yeah, they wouldn't have needed, they would have gladly furnished that info.
Things that go to motive. Thank you, Tori. Things that go to motive. Because they might have heard from one of the neighbors at that point early on. Well, one time I heard him say,
okay, y'all want to see something else? I need a break from this because I've done, I mean, I can't, she's regurgitating the same shit. She's been over this interview. She knows exactly. I mean, this isn't the first time we reviewed her reviewing the neighbor, the fake neighbor. But y'all want to see something really sick? I mean, this bitch is crazy. Oh, Katie's performative behavior. Oh, that pissed me off. But this, she calls herself satire. She calls herself being funny. I'm only going to review a little bit of this. Because it's an hour and a half long and I can't listen to her not be funny for an hour and a half fucking long. I can't do it. Sorry. I'll show you a little bit of it, but yeah.
by the way, even though the stepfather.
Okay. Get ready, guys. She thinks this is funny. She thinks this is satire. Hey, pretty little lights.
As to not to incriminate himself, which is his right. But nonetheless, as we are a country of laws, we have to go through the process of questioning even those who refuse to answer our questions.
No, ma'am, you are not relevant. You are not an investigator of any type. You are not law enforcement. No, ma'am. You are not entitled to any answers.
Grounds that it may or may not incriminate themselves. So, without further ado,
One flew over the batty cave.
please, ladies and gentlemen, direct your attention to the witness stand here. To the person who got in touch with me, purporting themselves to be Sheriff Eric Craddock.
What?
Who will undergo questioning by me and my co-counsels who are attending virtually with all our questions that we have that we would like Sheriff Craddock to finally answer. Yes, yes, the witness does have an appearance to a melon. However, it has been said that Sheriff Craddock of Sumner County does not only appear to have a melon head, he, in fact, acts often like a melon head. I'm sorry,
okay,
Your Honor.
now she knows nothing about this man. She don't live in Tennessee. She don't live in that county. She knows zilch about this man. Zilch. But she thinks she's being funny here. She's not being funny. In court today for what? I don't think so.
I shouldn't. That's me testifying. I apologize. I shouldn't say that. There is no evidence that.
Oh wait,
Sheriff
today is the 13th. No, things were changed. Yeah.
Head is actually made of a melon. Okay, so
why are firefighters using these strange
the
pouches
ads are
to
more
prevent deadly
entertaining.
electrical fires? Watch what's happening. These pouches are creating an invisible barrier.
Let's speed her up. We're gonna move
Sheriff
on from this real quick.
Is it okay if I call you Sheriff Craddock? I'm sorry, you're gonna have to speak up. The jury can't hear you. What was that? He says yes. He goes by Sheriff Craddock. He goes by Sheriff Craddock. Sheriff Craddock,
this is stupid.
Do you work for the Sumner County
Sheriff's
Department
voices,
in
the
Tennessee?
15th. Yeah, you're right.
What is that, sir? You have to speak up, sir.
Was there
You have
court?
to speak up. Well,
Gotta
the Sheriff
got
Craddock
delayed.
who has gotten in touch with me is saying that he is taking the Fifth Amendment and he intends to take the Fifth on each and every question I ask. Nonetheless, we have to ask Sheriff Craddock these questions. Are you in fact the real Sheriff Craddock? No answer. Well, we are going to assume you are the real Sheriff Craddock today.
Is this is what she calls funny? This is what she calls satire?
We expect you to pay attention, sir. We expect you to listen with your ears.
Do you not realize that you could have done a split screen and you could have put a picture of Chris sitting there, which would have been better than this? I mean, Jesus. You could have put a little effort into this. Yeah, I mean, I even dressed my potato head up and I stuck money in its pouch in the back, for potato head.
You have 2 ears. You have 2 eyes. Sheriff, can you
this is
verify
bad.
for the jury that you, in fact, can hear and can see all that goes on in your county? What's that? He's taking the Fifth. Okay. Well, it's to be expected. I'm sorry. Sheriff Craddock, we're going to begin our interrogation. Honor, if it's okay with you, can I begin the interrogation of Sheriff Craddock?
Okay. I wasn't going to do Brittany today. I really wasn't. But I can't get out of my head what she said today. Girl, there ain't no 52 panel drug screen. Stop lying to people. If you're being screened for anything at all, that tells me that you are in a treatment program. Good for you. But stop lying to people. Okay.
I'd like to make an opening statement to the jury, to the grand jury here, if you don't mind. It will just take a minute. Thank you, Your Honor. Your Honor, ladies and gentlemen of the grand jury, it is fair to say
Is this
that
supposed to be funny?
there is a very serious case going on of a missing autistic child who was 15 at the time of his disappearance, named Sebastian Wainwright
Lisa.
Rogers. Address is 1008 Stafford Court, where he lived with his mother, Katie Proudfoot, and his
Hey,
stepfather,
Dawn.
Christopher Proudfoot. He has his
Hey,
biological
Lone Wolf.
father, who has shared custody, whose name is
Okay, there's nothing funny about this at all.
Rogers. The public has become extraordinarily skeptical of your obvious reasons. And
She thinks she's funny.
are you aware that suspects in this case has also said they are not answering any questions? He's taking the
Oh.
fifth.
Okay.
He's just putting up Sheriff Craddock.
Guys, I can't watch this. There's nothing funny. Excuse me.
Commanding officer at the same time or at different times? Did you deploy from the same base? Did you do any training at the same bases as Christopher Proudfoot or Katie Proudfoot during your entire time in the Navy? No answer.
That would be most likely, I'm guessing, a no. This isn't funny. This is stupid. Thank you, Mitten. This is really stupid.
Sheriff Craddock.
So now because they were all in the Navy, she thinks they served together? Oh, my Lord.
I asked you about your siblings. I need to ask you more about your family.
His family has nothing to do with it.
Did any of your siblings serve in the Navy?
So what if they did? That doesn't mean... Do you know how many people serve in the military? Do you know how many people are on the ship? No, you don't know everybody on the ship. No, you don't know everybody on base. Just because they were in the military doesn't mean they... Oh, my God.
Parents?
Good news. You do
Not bad.
so you'll get a notification soon.
Girl, who was that?
She
That was
got
my
her ads
doctor
on.
at Weight
Hi,
Watchers.
man.
Christopher's stepfather was Navy, United States Marine Corps. You're aware of that?
So what?
Did your parents or you have any contact outside of your official capacity as sheriff with the Bowersox family? And this would include Terry Bowersox, Kathy Bowersox.
Yeah, she's reaching. Oh, I found it.
Did you know Christopher's siblings' husbands?
Okay, so this is not satire. What Julie here is trying to do is she is trying to say that Craddock and his family are connected to the Proudfoots because they happen to serve in the military, and she's not even sure if they did serve. But that's what she's trying to do. She is using this lame excuse as this piss poor satire to really what she's trying to say is the sheriff is in on this. He knows the Proudfoots and he's lying and covering up for them. That's what she's doing. Hey, Night Star, there's nothing funny about this, and she's really gross.
Have you or any member of your family ever utilized the businesses owned by Terry Bowersox or Kathy Bowersox? Kathy Bowersox is a real estate agent. Has anyone in your family been sold a house or put their house up for sale and utilized?
And so what if they did? It's a small community. It wouldn't be surprising or shocking. And so what if they did?
Kathy Bowersox. Have you been a customer, anybody in your family, your wife, your parents, your siblings, utilized Kathy Bowersox as a real estate
You're
agent?
right, Lone Wolf. Lone Wolf says, lady, you're talking to a melon. You might want to get some help. Hey, Mona Lisa.
in any capacity? Have you and your family members ever done business with the business of Terry Bauer socks? Okay. Have you or your family ever served on a town council, town committee, zoning board, arts
Wow.
council, county carnival?
I can't. I can't listen to this. This is what she's trying to do is ludicrous here.
Missing direct communication with you on your cell phone. How many phone calls have you had with Christopher Proudfoot between, let's say, January 2024, when there was the 5th Child Protective Services case just weeks before Sebastian's disappearance?
Again, we don't know if that's true or or even what the calls were about. But both have had CPS, both male figures in his life have had CPS reports against them. There's that, Julie.
And today, how many phone calls have you had? How many text messages exchanges have you had with them?
And how do you know he's had any?
Do you have Christopher Proudfoot's cell phone number in your cell phone? By the way, Sheriff Craddock, I do want to let you know that should you attempt to get rid of or destroy any cell phones, email records for phone calls or texts between yourself and the Proudfoots or the Bauer Sox, now that I'm asking these questions, would be obstruction of justice, which is a crime. Are you aware of that, Sheriff Craddock?
No, it wouldn't be because you're a nobody. But I doubt that he's doing that. Something tells me that he's not doing that. You're an idiot.
So you're not. Have you already destroyed evidence in this case? I'm sorry, sir. Don't get mad. I have to ask these questions. Have you covered up or destroyed any evidence in this case for whatever reason, whether to protect yourself, to protect a friend, a family member, a sheriff's deputy? Sheriff.
Exactly.
When did you become aware?
It would not, especially in a small town, Mona Lisa, it would not be uncommon. Whatever they have talked about is none of her business, and she's not going to find out.
That there was one CPS case regarding Sebastian Rogers.
Actually, there was one against both men, both male figures in his life. So if you're going to accuse him of doing that for the Proudfoots, then you would have to be accusing him of doing it for the Rogers as well. I'm just saying.
What date? If you can't give me a day, give me an approximate. Approximately what month? And around the time. Is the beginning of the month, the middle of the month, the end of the month? What month did you be? What year and month?
Okay,
did you become aware of the first? By saying
a new Planet Fitness is open near you, and you.
I'm sorry. This is stupid. And all she's trying to do is put out more misinformation and more crap. It's insane. It's insane. It is totally insane. And there's nothing funny about that. I don't even know why she calls that satire. Oh, dear Lord. No, she didn't. Did she? I don't care if she hit it. I have it recorded. I would no longer give them anything. Oh, Betty. The Rico case drama. Unscrupulous PI doesn't know squat. Mind-blowing. Sebastian Rogers' history with mom and stepdad. You don't know his history with mom and stepdad, so it can't be mind-blowing. You are nothing but a queen clickbaiter. Part 2, mind-blowing. Sebastian Rogers' history with mom and stepdad. Again, you have no clue about anything, Betty. No clue. You guys probably already seen this. But We'll watch a little bit of it. I'll get into the other ones tomorrow. I didn't have time to review them first. And when she's talking like that, I need to review it first. But here's Betty's going to hang herself. This is how I know the people in her audience don't have no common sense.
Just 24 hours. That's right. Only 24 hours and your new smile is ready. And with a 4...
Because I've got to nip something in the bud before it makes me go absolutely insane. We're going to crush this nonsense real quick.
Damn. You ain't even combed your hair or nothing. Look at you. Okay.
So I'll wait for a few people to get in chat. Hi, guys.
Yeah, you're right, Psycho. I'm sorry. I couldn't listen to no more of that. And there's more I want to go over with Julie, but I needed a break from her. I do want to go over one more live of hers. But I should have never showed any of that satire in the first place. I should have known better. That was ridiculous. I mean, if you want to watch it, you know where her channel is. There's nothing funny about it, and it was just ridiculous.
Unscrupulous PI drama going on right now. I hope everybody's doing great this beautiful evening. It's
Unscrupulous
Tuesday,
PI drama.
It's right before 6:30. I am coming live to you from my living room. Don't. It's nice to
Don't
see
care.
you.
Don't.
Don, it's got water. Don't mind. Still likes to go out in this freeze. I was at Denise. It is Shelly. It's again Donna. Lisa, it's nice to see you. Like that. See you, love. I hope mine is Nina. Brooklyn Bridge, right? So this is yes. I feel it's nice to see you. Happy birthday today. Actually, see you. I walked out. Somebody came like literally out of the shadows and started spraying my windshield, and I kept saying no because I wasn't opening my window. I wasn't giving him $1. I wasn't. I nope. Experience and I remember that. I vaguely remember any roads that I was on, but I know I was dead center in New York City, so I have to think that I was. Hey, Robin. Hey.
I forgot she takes forever.
Finished a quilt today. Idea that marriage should be sacred, regardless. Let's face it. Okay, I'm a divorcee for
yeah, I don't think you have any room to talk on marriage, Betty.
That's out there, right? So it doesn't mean, it should mean for forever, but it doesn't always, right? A lot of people in my chat have had divorces.
So she started her own YouTube after she wasn't grifting enough on TikTok. Wow.
And there's a lot of people in my chat that have not had divorces. Well, God bless you. Some of us make terrible decisions, right? What can I say? It just happens. Anyways, we're getting off topic. So this unscrupulous PI. Now you're starting to come into, he's starting to veer into my lane, right? He's starting to veer into my lane. So
your lane.
Something today. It's always FAFO. Like, I can't wait until this guy gets a taste of his own flippin' blessed medicine. Right? He thinks he can be the only person that if he screams loud enough, people will stop and listen.
He's not.
Well, nobody is.
He's not the one screaming. He's not the one out on $20,000 bond.
So he went on this dissertation talking about how he wrote this letter, and he posts this letter.
It's not a dissertation.
Because again, it's all about attention-seeking behavior as opposed
to no, that's you, Betty. That's why my title says attention seekers.
Doing anything you guys watch this guy on, how is he making $700 an hour? We know that's horse shit.
No, you don't. So you have no clue.
And he says, today I served rule 1026.1. Notice and demand on all plaintiffs. So I decided to take my time. Yes, take my time for yet another one of these nonsense games he likes to play to make himself feel good.
Oh no, he's actually spot on because see, I actually dug into it. So he's actually spot on. You're the clown. You don't even understand what you read, girl. Sorry.
And what an idiot. An absolute idiot. Okay. So
he's the idiot. He's the idiot. He's the idiot. He's not the one out on $20,000 bond facing criminal charges. He's not the one involved in all these frivolous lawsuits. And there's going to be more coming down the line that isn't frivolous. They're going to have to pay for what they've done to Granny and Barbecue. Rightfully so. But he's the idiot. Okay. You read a paper where it states the caster is not the lawyer in this case, and you still run that he is. You're so stupid, Betty. Your own chat finally is waking up and starting to question you. At least I seen it on Twitter, where you were getting questioned about your RICO claims, because there is no RICO, Betty. You lied. There's no federal nothing, Betty.
1026 of Pennsylvania Code is the rule that governs the time.
Yeah, they are, Dawn.
Pleadings in civil cases. It also covers notice to plead. Rule 1026.
Yeah, she does look rough, man. Doesn't even look like she combed her freaking hair. Looks like she's been in their jammies all day. I mean, I'm sorry, but I mean, when you get up and you go in the morning, never mind. Never mind.
Pleadings after the complaint must be filed within 20 days from the previous pleading being served. Okay. Now that sounds like a lot of stuff. That basically means they have 20 days after the 20 days.
Guess what? They missed deadlines. Idiot.
Of the previous pleading, they can file. A complaint has to be filed. Pleadings after the complaint must be filed within 20 days. Okay. Notice to plead. A pleading must only be filed if the previous pleading had a notice to defend or a notice to plead endorsement. None of these things have happened. Like literally, none of these things have happened yet. Okay.
Yeah, because they missed the deadline. But okay.
I want to read something to you because they're talking about this 20-day time frame. I'm assuming that they most likely didn't talk to their attorney about this 20 days. Okay. Because this 20 days is not what they think it is. So time frame, a complaint can be amended as a right within 20 days. That means if a complaint has been filed, say there needs to be some modifications within that first 20 days, they have a right to amend it within that first 20 days. After the 20 days, the party can request leave to amend with a motion. It's called motion for leave to amend. Okay, complaint, which was filed. A party can file an amended pleading with.
But they haven't done nothing right in this. Stop it. Stop lying to everybody.
In 20 days of receiving a preliminary objection. There has been no preliminary objection. A party may need a leave of court to amend the complaint if it would prejudice other parties. The party requesting leave must prove that there is no prejudice. So they've got a motion to leave in the court.
Excuse me. Sorry.
The court has broad discretion to decide whether to allow an amendment. Correcting errors. A complaint can be amended.
Of course they do. I'm not surprised by that. But they will keep her in their back pocket because they know that she will run off with the mouth with anything. They know that. They also know they're not helping her with none of her shit.
Amended to correct party names, which they're adding names to it. A complaint can be amended to conform to evidence. A complaint can be amended to correct an error in the complaint itself. Other considerations. An amendment can change the before or after the original to dismiss. So no place in here did it say that they have to have the amended complaint filed in 20 days.
Yes, Betty. There's timelines on everything. Always is with the law.
They have a motion for leave to amend, which has to be apparently go before the judge. Now it's customary to put the amended complaint there, but as long as the amended complaint is filed before it's heard, there's no prejudice.
Okay. She's misleading her audience yet again.
Why
but I'm going to fast forward.
Choosing Abby X, the new tummy tuck alternative.
I got the tummy tuck result.
Betty does not know the law like she acts like she does.
Motion 1033 for the unscrupulous PI, since he doesn't know how to understand or comprehend law. Pennsylvania, motion for leave to amend a pleading is governed by Pennsylvania Rule of Civil Procedure 1033. The motion must be verified and supported by affidavits. The party requesting the amendment must prove that it will not cause undue prejudice to the opposing party. From my understanding, the judge isn't even assigned, so there is no prejudice to the opposing party. Okay, rules for a motion to
Betty, you do know that no affidavits were filed right. You do know this whole thing wasn't done right. You do know that. No, you don't, because see, you think you comprehend the law, but you don't.
To amend. when to file. A party can file a motion to amend at any time. What it to include. The motion must include a proposed amended pleading that is complete in itself.
There's prejudice against SF because the attorneys are on the case, even though Nick said they were there 20 days to get it removed.
Including exhibits. How to file. The amended pleading can be filed as a separate document or attached to the motion in the electronic filing system. Did you see that? The amended pleading may be filed as a separate document. Attached to a motion
That doesn't pertain here, but go ahead. I'm going to
in the
fast forward.
electronic file. Correct a party name, adds new defendants. The defendant must serve the amended pleadings within 30 days of a
And they've never met any deadlines, Betty.
court's order.
Mm-mm.
Do we know what a court order is?
No, you
It
don't.
means the
You clearly don't.
judge signs it.
Mm.
Means you typically have a hearing and a judge signs the order.
They have said 2 different attorneys are representing them, but they are not. That is prejudice against SF. Yeah, because Castor's made it clear he's not. And Betty even read it. And it says, he made it clear in that email, even though I don't trust that email. He did make it clear that he is not representing any of them in this case, which is what we've been saying all along. Betty didn't get it.
And it can be amended in 30 days of a court order.
Nope.
Therefore, if the amendment order is being educated here in real law.
Who's going to educate you in real law? You know the law so well. You're so good at it that yet again, your frivolous lawsuit just about all got dismissed, my dear.
That comes straight from these case law things. Get those thumbs up because I'm getting sick and tired of him acting like he knows what the heck he's talking about. He's arguing over a moot point. Once the judge orders, then they have 30 days to get it all in. They haven't even been before a judge to rule on it to get.
They didn't meet the deadlines in the first place, Betty. But okay.
The order for the 30 days to even start.
At least I believe with barbecue they didn't.
And he's trying. This is absolutely.
And didn't they just miss another deadline?
Improper. Absolutely improper.
Oh, Betty.
Because the complaint was already filed. They've motioned the court for leave to amend. There's nothing that needs to be filed in 20 days until
They never filed no affidavits or nothing with it, Betty. The filings are all messed up, Betty. Sorry, but they are.
Rules. And if you guys don't believe me, go check out.
Oh, we will.
Rule 1026.1 of Pennsylvania Code. I'm citing Pennsylvania Rule of Civil Procedure 1033, which we all knew. So use your brains, people.
Oh, yeah, use your brains. Don't listen to Betty. She got her so-called certificate out of a Cracker Jack box.
He had us dead to rights. Why is he screaming so loud? Don't you know the loudest person screaming is all with
Oh, honey, he's not the one screaming. He's doing it the right way. He's filing this stuff legally, Betty. You guys are so done. You are so done.
Always. Typically the one that's wrong. The one that's preaching saying, I didn't do it.
That's is that not what we've heard from you for months? I didn't do anything to have POs against me or to be arrested or facing criminal charges. I've done nothing. They've all done it to me. No, that's what you've been doing, my dear.
The one that did it. Just saying, right? I bet you have the one shot.
Yeah, why are you? That's a good point. Why are you reading civil procedure when you've been claiming it's federal RICO all this time and it's not none of the above?
Blames the other child. He's the one that gets always the loudest, and you always know it's him that does it. So if he's being loud, and not only that, he has lied literally from the beginning of this case. He has been manipulating people. He has been conning and being conniving.
I haven't caught him in any lies. However, there's stacks and stacks and stacks. Hell, you even lied in court to the judge. You tried to and got caught.
presenting himself as an investigator, not a private investigator. He's implying he's law enforcement.
No, he's never implied he was law enforcement. He's always made people well aware of who he is, that he is a private investigator. I have never heard that man allude that he was law enforcement, ever.
His license intensely over and over
Excuse
and
me.
over again. So why in tarnation would somebody give
Night
him
Story Night. Thanks for coming
of their
in.
time to read this horse shit?
Oh, right. I'm sorry. I thought somebody said night. I'm sorry. Oh, Lord. Take those buttons.
So I'm going to ask.
Okay. He's lied about everything, according to you, and all these court documents that he has no problem showing that he's actually filed. But you're the one who's out on bond, who's facing criminal charges, who's looking at jail time. So tell me, where has he lied? All this crap that Nick is claiming's been filed, we got one lawyer saying, no, ma'am, I don't have nothing to do with that. I'm not the lawyer in that case. I remove my name from anything to do with it. And the other one hasn't said two beans. He hasn't said nothing. It's all Nick and Hong doing all the talking. I bet you not a one of you have a contract with any attorney. Not you, not Seth, not the TikTok creator, not Grifton J. Bet you have no contract with any lawyer to represent you. Bet you've never actually talked to the lawyers. Have you? My guess tells me this was all done through Nick, Tony, and Seth. I don't think that Tony and Seth ever talked to a lawyer either. My thoughts, just my opinion.
Ask all my beautiful people out there to please do your research, because this man he talks a good game. He makes you believe. He makes you believe that.
No, he actually shows the court paperwork, Betty. He actually shows receipts.
He's talking about, well, when you go and write this stuff and go and research this stuff,
Okay,
go look at
that's it. I've had it.
Procedure for yourself.
I'm bringing it up and reading it.
The man is full of hot air.
He is
and
not.
He took his day to type this horse crap just to make himself look better and make him look like he's the tough guy because he wants to show people.
He's full of hot air.
Well,
okay.
He fell a little short once again.
No, he didn't.
You fell a little short there, buddy.
No, honey, you did. A lot short. You're going to be in a 9x12 for a little while, I have a feeling, Betty. But the only one falling short here is you guys. And here it is. Here's the post. Today I served a Rule 1026.1 notice and demand on all plaintiffs, Lesniak and Bruce Castor. This step is required before filing for monetary sanctions. It will not result in the dismissal of the countersuits. I hope the YouTube content was worth the price they will pay. FAFO. And he shows the actual documents that were filed. So, yeah. Abusive process, potential consequences, demand for correction. Yeah. And it's signed by him. Gives his PA license, his PI licenses, and everything. Yeah, so Betty. Let me see if anybody. Okay.
It's a little short. You should probably read all of the rules of civil procedure before jumping on a plan of action that's going to make people realize you don't know what the hell you're doing. I mean,
okay, listen to this comment. This looks like Laura. It is. It's Laura. CPS Laura. Hey, Mr. I'm so smart. Your paper is useless. You are asking for the things only a judge can approve, and you must have it in proper format. You look like a total amateur. Oh, wait, you are. This is coming from Laura. SF says, you're a complete moron. You approved that over and over. PA rules of civil procedure require written notice be given to counsel and allows 28 days for corrections to be made. Then a motion for sanctions can be filed. This is the notice. It's called a 1023.1 notice. And there's the receipt. Here's the notice. No such motion should be filed unless it includes a certification that the applicant served written notice and demand to the attorney or pro se party. That's exactly what he said he had to do. That's exactly what the state regulations are. An application for sanctions may be filed if the challenged paper, claim, defense, contention, allegation, or denial is not withdrawn or appropriately corrected within 28 days after service of the written demand. Laura, you're an idiot. Betty, you're an idiot. I mean, you can't make this shit up. You can't make this shit up.
A very simple, not a very complex search that just gave me all the rules of civil procedure here right in the palm of my hands.
It did not.
Lickety split, I was able to look this stuff up.
And I just told you were wrong. And why are you doing civil, Betty, when you're claiming this is federal? Because civil regulations, state regulations would not matter if it's federal, Betty. You're so stupid.
What I'm looking for, right? Because
you don't know what you're looking for.
I represent nurses and other healthcare professionals whose licenses are under investigation by the Florida Department of Health.
Practice. I have done legal practice.
You have not. Stop your lying. Stop inflating a career you never had, Betty. Your brief stint, your words, not mine, was like 10 months. And you weren't even working as a paralegal. Stop it. You were working in the mortgage scam business. Remember, Betty? Helping make fake documents, fake W-2s and stuff. You didn't just notarize, Betty. Stop. And stop lying and inflating your career. You never worked in a law office as a paralegal, writing up filings and writing up case scenarios. You've done none of that. Stop it. God, you lie so much. Most of your employment career or history, your words, not mine, was you working with, why won't this close now? Either your dad's business or your ex's handyman business.
And so I know that there are rules
Hey,
for
Lauren.
motion for leave to amend. I don't know what this guy is talking about. I don't know why they're trying to take a victory lap. I mean, it's crystal clear. Go look at Pennsylvania Rule of Civil Procedure 1033. It's crystal, blessed.
No, it's not, Betty. You totally got it wrong.
Clear. So anyways, I'm not going to take your time because I don't want to be on YouTube. Because you can't make this stupidity up.
Oh, you're stupid. Did you not yesterday read a document that you have posted where it clearly tells you Bruce Castor is not your attorney on this case? And you still didn't get it.
Stupidity. Oh, and guess what? You guys don't want to miss tomorrow morning. Tomorrow morning at 10 a.m., we are going over the Nina interviews. So if you guys would like to come here, I know that the Nina interview has we know about it, we've seen it, but it's kind of almost been
very sick that all this crap is forever attached. Hey, Rana. All this crap is forever attached to that boy. And that's not right. All of this stuff. None of this should be going on. There shouldn't have had to been POs taken out by the parents because of this idiot. There shouldn't be all this fake crap going on and trying to troll people. It's all of this now is attached to Sebastian. That's the whole messed up thing. Hey, JC. He's totally imaginary enterprise John Doe. Being investigated for criminal fraud was the highlight of her 10-month secretary career. Yeah, she wouldn't even be considered a secretary. Oh, Lord. Yeah, they just don't get, man, what they've done. It's all gross. It's all just so gross.
And I don't know why. So I did find it, and we will go over it. I don't know how it's going to, if it's got the whole, I don't know if it's got the whole thing there. I'm hoping it does. I have to review it tonight, but it's the best place I found it. If you guys, know anybody else that has the full version of Nina's interview, please email that to me at bullhornbetty@gmail.com. Another request.
Why? I don't think that interview has any credibility whatsoever. Sorry, I just don't.
I have, and this is for the replay crew as well. Another request I have. If you guys remember, whoever bought me the machete from my Amazon wish list, I need to know around the time that you purchased it for me, because that was around the time I talked about it, and I'm trying to find that clip so we can hear it. If anybody remembers,
You don't remember, Betty? Why does everybody got to do your work for you? Then you wonder why you often get things wrong.
Or the person, I prefer the person that purchased the machete to let me know what date they purchased it or what day it was sent here, because I remember it was right about that time I was taking it out of the package.
Look on your wish list, Betty. It's pretty easy. Go to your Amazon and you can see the purchases. You'll see when it just go check.
Package, because I was completely utterly shocked that, after 3 years, somebody finally ordered that from the wish list. So I remember a big thing, but I don't remember who purchased it. But I would like to know the delivery date so I can go back and review the lives around that date to see. I remember where I was. I was in the kitchen. I remember we were talking about it while I was in the kitchen. But I can't remember was it, March, April, May, June, July, August?
Look on your wish list.
I know it was before June. I know that. I know it was before June, but I don't remember when. So if you guys could please, and I don't remember ever talking about it other than the one time when I got it, because after that I put it in the car so I could use it the next time I was out. I've got my wading gear out there. I've got my my rubber boots, the rain boots, so I can go wading. Like, I've got a whole wading suit. But I also
It's
have
all right,
the
Joey.
boots, just the boots alone. So
we know you got like 3 different pairs of snake boots. You kept sending them back and using the money for something else, and somebody would send you another pair and you'd do the same thing. Same thing you did with a computer where you sent it back and you bought a TV and stuff. Yeah, we know.
All my equipment in my vehicle, so that's where everything
and you don't need 90% of that stuff you haul around. That stuff makes you feel important. Material things, stuff you don't need and will never use, makes you feel important.
But long story short, I'm trying to find the reference that I had. Oh, thank you, Lisa. 7 months. Big hugs and kisses, love. I hope you're doing well. Let me look here. I hope I didn't miss anybody. Oh, good gracious. Oh, I missed a few people. Opal, it's nice to see you. Thank you. So I wanted to kind of explain how this process worked, and I wanted you guys to see it for yourself.
But you were wrong in a lot of your explanation, Betty.
I wanted to give you guys receipts that you could go back and verify.
You didn't give receipts, Betty.
Yourself, and know that I'm not full of hot air like this Yahoo here is. When you go over here and you read this rule, the one thing that didn't make sense is it says pleadings after the complaint must be filed within 20 days. That to me sounds like that's related to the answer, not the complaint. But see, they did a motion for leave to amend.
Okay, no, I'm not.
The complaint for leave to amend that has to be addressed by the court here. This clearly does not go with what's going on here, and I just had a look.
Hopefully, Betty, this never even makes it anywhere. But the countersuits will. Trust and believe they will. Because you've given them plenty of grounds for their countersuits.
Look into it because it was driving me nuts, because I know for a fact we are just fine on our end. And so I was just like, maybe we should just let them take a look.
You're just fine on your end. You can't even understand the fact that a lawyer is telling you he's not your lawyer for this case. You ain't got a case. You're not fine. And you're going to be left holding the bag because neither Nick nor Hong's going to be there with all that money paying all these lawyers to fight this for you people. Keep believing that. Keep believing that. It's gotten you very far so far, hasn't it, Betty? Didn't you have to come out and admit the help you thought you were going to get for your legal stuff? The money never came through, did it, Betty? They didn't help very well. You said they were helping you with your other legal stuff. You know, your lawsuit against Queen. Didn't help you very good when it got dismissed with prejudice.
Victory lap. Now that I start hearing
Keep
people
thinking
talking
that.
about it, and I'm just like, do you guys these people keep lying and lying and lying and getting caught and getting caught and getting caught, yet they open their mouth.
No, you guys are the ones that get caught with your pants down all the time. And you haven't shown me anywhere where he's lied. But I can show you where you've all lied.
And people still believe them.
You all have done nothing but lie. Why people believe you, I have no idea. I cannot wrap my head around it. I just cannot. Stop.
Please do us all a favor. Do us all a favor and just stop. All right, guys.
Nope, me neither, Cash.
Go check them out for yourself. God bless you. I don't want
That's not a receipt. Betty did not understand what she was reading. We all know CPS Laura don't know her ass from a hole in the ground. Why she's so desperate to get attention. She's inserting herself into Twitter stuff now just to poke. Laura, no one cares. Good night, Betty. That was 10 minutes I can't get back. 20 minutes, however long that took. But anyway, I've been on here a long time. I will be live tomorrow. It'll probably be earlier in the day is what I'm going to shoot for. I do want to go over that other video of Julie's, but I just needed to get away from that. I should have never played any of that satire. That was just ridiculous. Stupid. Ugh. Anyway, she's going to keep running with the fake neighbor, Mark W. You could... There's nothing that these... You can't. Thank you, Cash. Got a new headset. Thank you. Yeah. You can't make these people open their eyes. And there's a little bit of grifting. And don't worry. She can hide it all she wants. I screen recorded it. That I do. There's only about 10 minutes I want to go over. And then we're going to start talking about the Karen Reed Turtle Boy stuff going on. Because, now that the dog bite clown is allowed back in, which I honestly don't see that helping their case. I've watched her testimony. Yeah, I don't see that helping her defense. I don't see that helping Karen at all. Whatever. Hopefully the jury will, I don't know, see right through the smoke and mirrors and, things are heating up again. Yeah, there was a rumor. Yeah, I'd never seen anything about it. I just heard it. I don't know if that's, I don't know if it's true or not. I have no idea. But I heard it too. Hey, Taylor. Yeah, I heard it too. Who knows? Anything is Betty spiraling. And she sat there. I should have went over that with you guys, but I know you've seen it so many places, and I didn't want to replay something you've seen 100 times already. But when she sat there and read that email, and it clearly stated, Castor said, "I am not your attorney on this case. I represent none of them on this case." It just didn't even register, and she just kept going. It was unbelievable. Yeah, you got gifted tonight, Mona Lisa. Yeah, I heard it too. I heard it on the, yeah. I don't know where it came from either, but I heard it. I don't know. Who knows? Would they try anything so she doesn't have to go to court? Betty will drag court out as long as it's how Betty is. It's her pattern of behavior. She will drag things out for 10 years if they let her. See, I'm the exact opposite. Let's do it. Let's deal with it. Let's face it. Let's get it over with. I'm not dragging, because but she thinks that she's going to be able to get away with everything. And I think finally there's going to be consequences. Finally. For her behaviors. Because Betty's whole life she's gotten away with some behavior. Always left with somebody. Yep. Yeah, it was Patricia. That's where I heard it. But yeah, I think she's just gone too far. I mean, you can't slap the court in the face no harder than she has. And you go and get a freaking tattoo. Are you kidding me? Are you really kidding me? You have protection orders against you. Court orders. A judge told you these people don't exist in your world no more. You are facing criminal charges with possible jail time, and you go and get a tattoo. Because Betty's never had accountability for the stuff she's done. And I think her free reign has run out. I think her pass go has expired. I don't know if there's any more get out of jail free cards for her. I don't know. My gut was telling me, because she always got away with it. And I always thought that there's some slight chance she's going to. But as more and more happens, I'm blown away as to why she hasn't had her bond revoked. Because you can bet that'd have been me. Oh, hell, they'd have put me under the jail. There would have been no bond. I don't know. It may be, I don't know. They may be waiting to just do everything. She keeps delaying everything. But with criminal, it's not the same as civil. You cannot continuously get continuances for, they're just not going to do it. They're not. She's not going to be able to drag it out like she can civil. And if Betty would happen to win anything, then that would be a true travesty of justice, in my opinion. A true travesty of justice. Because she's clearly broke the laws. This is the parents of a missing teenager, a missing young man that had to get protection orders because of this idiot. And then she still don't leave them alone. And on top of it all, she goes and gets a tattoo to rub it in their faces and rub it in the court's face. There are reasons, much is not said formally in this case. Yeah. I don't know what. Yeah. I think there's. I just have a feeling this time she's not going to skate free. It may only be a couple days in jail per violation. I don't know. I can't see all this being dismissed and thrown out. I can't see it. Because if that happens, then everything that she has said about the laws there and law enforcement and everybody being bad would be true. And I don't see that. I don't see that. I don't see it. I don't know. I guess we have to wait, and hopefully the judge will do the right thing and follow his own laws, the laws of his state, his county. And if that is what is truly done, I spent some time looking this stuff up and reading case laws and stuff. I was like blowing my own mind. Yeah, she's looking at some jail time. But again, it's the judge, it's the judge's discretion. I don't see how she can be any more not just outright defiant against the judge and his orders. I don't know. They may be waiting until they get her down there in person. And yeah, because the damage is done, man. Who you talking about? You rarely miss. Well, I'm going to hold you to that, Cash. Damn it. You better start never missing one of mine again, or I'm coming for you. I don't know how I'm going to get there, but yeah. Yeah. There may be. And, you know, I felt bad for her when she got arrested. I did. And I told you all that. I did. Boy, she ruined any kind of that for me. Since then, the stuff she's done, the things she has said about a missing child and his mother, the inappropriateness, the just grossness. No, that's gone. That's a done deal. That's gone. I don't feel sorry for her anymore. But I truly did feel bad when she got arrested. And some of y'all gave me some shit for it in my chat, which you have a right to. You know, everyone has a right, you know, to their own opinion. But yeah, the stuff that's been done, Sebastian has to live with for the rest of his life. That's MGL, JLR, Dolly, Spanky, Mallory escape. Spanky's still there. I did not feel any sort of bad and won't when she returns. Yeah, I don't know. I have to be honest. I don't know. I know, Patricia. I was just reading chat. I did feel bad though. For a minute. It didn't last long. Yeah, they all got blood on their hands. And this boy will forever have this stuff attached to him from all of them. And that's really sad. That's really sad. They don't get it. They don't see that they've done anything. They think they're helping. I don't know. I hope they never have to go through anything like this. I don't wish that on anybody. Hey, Darla Arnold. No, it's not funny. It's not funny at all. It's pretty sick, the stuff that's been attached to this child. And yes, he's a young man. He's a teenager, but he's still a child. And all this is all on him now. Betty said she's a martyr. She did it for Sebastian. She got arrested for Sebastian. No, you didn't. You pig, you got arrested because you broke the law. You got arrested because of your selfish, self-serving arts. You didn't do it for that child. You did it for you. If you cared anything about that child, it would have never went that far. You wouldn't have accused him and his mother of inappropriate behavior. As best, I don't want to say what you said because it's gross. You wouldn't be attacking his mother and stepfather day in and day out and his grandparents. You wouldn't be doing none of that if you cared at all for this child. And mom would not have had to get a protection order against you. And then you wouldn't have got involved. This fake RICO shit, this fake non-federal stuff, that is now forever attached to his case too. You think that's okay? You think that's right? Good job, BJ. Grifton J. Good job, Betty. Good job chasing over there on TikTok. Seth, good job. And Grifton J, you weren't even honest in what you said. Betty, we know you lie to the court. We've seen it. But shame on all of you. You fucked around. Now you're going to find out. You probably shouldn't have. I'm just saying, I don't think it's going to end the way you think it is. I just don't. Good thing you're good at begging, Britt. Because you may end up needing some legal fees here, some legal funds. I'm just saying. All right, guys. I've been on here long enough. I will be back tomorrow. Yeah, we'll finish up what I want to show you. And I got some other videos I want to show you. Some there are crimes that have happened that with fairly new too, but they don't get a lot of attention. But oh my gosh. And it's cool because they're like 15, 20-minute videos and it's all factual. You know, it's like, it's some of it's pretty bad when it comes to kids. They're hard for me. All grifting on money. Oh yeah, she was grifting hard today too. Grifting Jay. She outright said she needed donations and wanted people to help, but wouldn't tell them why. She just said, I got into something like she always does. And she was mad dropping her links, mad asking people outright, begging for money. I mean, cannot speak logically, Nancy Grace. Ugh, yeah. And I was going to go over Coffin Dopper's little live she did the other day, but I'm not. I'm just not. It's about the trash truck and the light bullshit. I want to revisit crime. That's another one, Crime Time Buzz. We need to look at her. Oh, and I got a couple new psychics videos that just came out. We really need to look at them, especially at Silver Plus. We're going to do that tomorrow. But yeah, I'm done. No, I'm coming in. I'm done. I'm saying no. I'm coming in. But yeah, it's Brittany Grifton. You said some stuff today that's wrong. You lied. No shocker. And I have been very, very cautious and careful on what I've said because I don't want you being able to say you've been and that I'm shaming your addiction because I am not. My hat's off to you for that. But I'm calling you out on your lies about it. And if you are being screened at all, then that means you really are in a program. Good for you. But don't lie about it. And don't make it out like you're the victim and people are addict shaming you when they are not. Girl, you know where you went. You admitted it after a while and then you backtracked on it right away. But you didn't have no 52 screen shit. Shut up. You know you didn't. Come on. Now, we'll go over that tomorrow. But yeah, thank you, mods, for everything. I really appreciate you. Thank you for the gifted memberships. For the supers, I will be sending Voices flowers out tomorrow. And whatever's left over, cash-wise, I will get to her. And I will show you. I will prove it. I have no problem with that. But I don't want to, I don't even know what to say. It breaks my heart. It breaks my heart that I can't be there for her. But thank you guys for your support for her. And I will get with Voices. And like I said, I will order the flowers in the morning. And yeah. And even though it's YouTube money that don't come in, there was one towards flowers and then one for her. That don't come into the end of next month, but I'll go ahead and do that now. Because that way she won't have to wait. And anyway, no biggie. I don't mind it. But thank you, everybody. And I'll be seeing you on these YouTube streets. Stay safe out here. Guard your carcass. Night, everybody.